Yo, episode 4,
Why,
the
go on.
Groupchat podcast. We've made it this far. 4 years old, technically. So happy birthday to us. I
Indeed.
don't know.
I love being
I mean,
full.
hey,
One
I don't know
podcast
how
a
we
year,
got out
dude.
of. I don't know how we got out of last episode.
I
But,
know. Yeah,
We're
last
still
episode
a minor.
you know,
got a bit. Josh.
the good old days.
Last episode got a bit fucking whoa. But it's pretty cool, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, more of the same, really, but without Chance and Ali because they are together, not romantic. We don't know. We can't rule it out.
Shut up.
But they're together. We can. They're together. They met up today for the first time, and we'll see if we can get them to hop in just for a second and give us a cheeky little wave, or a cheeky
Oh,
little,
God.
you know.
No, because God knows what those two are on right now.
That's very true. They're seeing Thor. The last time
Then they go mini golfing as well. Like,
I have. They went mini golfing and they're going to see Thor. Just want to preface something. If you can hear the fan in here, I really do apologise.
No, you don't.
I actually don't. I couldn't care less if I'm brutally honest with you, but it just has a nice thing to say. It's very hot in my room. Probably got something to do with that your mum's here. So, yeah. Next question.
So it smells extra fishy there. Don't
Yeah,
it?
dude, I have to put a peg on my nose, mate. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because there's a candle right under my nose.
Makes sense. I have a very quick little rant here. Motherfuckers, okay, I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario, Canada. I'll be a little more
That's
specific
unfortunate.
here.
I'm
Oh,
sorry
hold
to
on.
hear that.
We have legalized marijuana, but the goddamn drug dealers from back in the day when you were in school and you'd shoot them a text and it'd take them to fucking 12 hours to reply.
Is he replied? Is he in there now? Is the dealer there now?
All right. Anyway, yeah. So 2 to 12 hours, fucking, you shoot them a text
Yeah.
and they don't reply. I text these dispensaries thinking, oh, they're an actual business. They'll respond super.
No.
It's the same fucking bullshit. Same
Yeah.
bullshit
Probably
every
the same
time.
fucking people.
It really, I swear to God, it is.
They've just got jobs now. That's what it is.
Yeah.
legal
They've
jobs.
just got legal jobs now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Christ. It's
Were you-
bullshit.
This is gonna sound really bad, right? And in fact, no, fuck it. I literally fucking hate you. Were you like alive when the whole decriminalization of marijuana happened? Is it that recent that you was, or is it just there?
Bro, course
Dude,
it
it
is.
happened like
Fucking look
4
how
years
old he
ago.
is.
Oh, you're
It
probably there
literally
when the
happened-
fucking wheel was invented, so it's fair enough.
Dude, it like literally happened 4 years ago.
You'd probably first road to Hitler's execution. Actually, on second thoughts, let's not go through that.
oh my God.
Happened 4 years ago.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, something close to that.
What?
Something like that.
What's
I remember-
the general vibe of it then? Do you think it's increased criminal activity? or
October 17th,
decreased?
2018.
That's crazy, dude.
I got a decrease.
That's a very strange question. To
Um,
be fair, Ontario's been pretty chill on weed charges specifically for a pretty long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of the time, if like a cop caught you with a joint, unless he was having a bad day or being a prick, he'd just be like, "All right, throw the joint on the ground, stomp it out, and then like grind it up with your foot, so that way I know you can't come back later and pick up the joint and smoke it later." I've heard that story so many times I can't even give you specific people because it's literally happened to almost everyone I know. But I don't keep up with like the law, like not the laws, like crime statistics and shit like that. So I would assume it would have went down, like because you're dealing with a lot less minor drug charges and shit like that. And I don't know. I think overall, like community wise, you get like especially in the beginning, you would get a very large group of people looking at you strange if you're walking on the street smoking a joint or anything like that. But at this point in time, it's a little more accepted. People are a little more likely to not look at you and judge you the second they smell weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where it is. Like it's we're slowly starting to crawl into the whole nobody gives a fuck. But we're also at the point where you can buy a vape and no one would know if you're vaping nicotine or weed at this point, right? Like it's not like there's a distinguishing smell or anything like that that'll give it
Hmm.
away.
No, it's interesting. I not for my own use,
Like,
but
Yeah.
I wish it was illegal over here because
So do I, mate. Oh.
there's
Are
so
there...
many people who are just getting in shit for it, which like for me personally, if it's a choice between, and again, you always have a choice in life, right? Unless
Well. Let's not touch on that.
you know, you always have a choice in relation to what you want to do. But if I was a police officer and I was debating whether to arrest someone for cocaine or marijuana, I'm choosing cocaine, dude. It's just the way it is. I just think it's dumb that we're wasting so much resources on it now.
And not just resources, money,
Yeah.
everything.
It's
Because like
ridiculous. It's incredibly dumb. It's not hurt no one really, as if it's not for everyone.
No.
But then again, like cigarettes
Neither
aren't
is
for
alcohol.
everyone. Neither is alcohol.
Neither is caffeine.
Exactly. Like it's just dumb. It should be treated exactly how it should be with
the other
everything
thing
else.
I will say about government weed is it is overpackaged to the shit, like to shit for no reason whatsoever. So like you'll get a container that's like it looks almost like a pill bottle, and then in that pill bottle will be like another little container that has your weed in it. You know, like, "Okay, what the fuck is the point of this container?
Yeah.
It's a master smell. Isn't it?
Well, it's government. Hey, who the fuck cares? It's legal.
Yeah.
And if you're
But-
driving with it, it's got to be in the back seat or in the trunk of the car.
Some people don't like the smell. Don't forget. It's like they can enjoy the.
Then why are you buying it?
Because they they might like the drug personally, but they just might not like the smell.
No.
No, I get it. That is something which is understandable, but it is sort of hand in hand. It's like cigarettes. I don't think no one is addicted to the smell of a cigarette. Someone is addicted to the cigarette. Like there's people out there, and it gets to 7 in the morning, they go, ciggy. Do you know what I mean? It's just before they've even had a drink, woken up, you know, got the kid out of bed, had a shower. It's cigarette. Like I don't understand that, but that's me personally. That's fair enough, mate.
But no, that's most smokers, to be fair.
Yeah.
But the thing
I
with
was like that.
smoking is like, you don't smell it on yourself.
Not
right?
really, no.
But everyone else does, and you fucking reek.
Unless it rains. If it rains, yes, you fucking do.
I know.
Because the smoke, when it rains, the smoke sticks to your clothes.
The smoke sticks to your clothes no matter what. It's got tar in it. It's gonna do
No,
that.
but it sticks a lot more when it rains.
Now, what I
Trust
will
me.
say,
It fucking stinks when it rains.
as someone who hasn't religiously smoked cigarettes since 2015, so since 2015, my main nicotine consumption has been vape. Cigarettes fucking stink, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's the
when I
most
go
unpleasant smell in the
to
world.
the local comic book store to play Magic, there's one guy who's greasy as fuck and doesn't shower, and he comes in smelling like cigarettes to begin with.
Benny?
No, the guy's super thin, so it couldn't be Benny.
That's true.
But yeah, so he'll come into the store right off the rip, kind of smelling like cigarettes, not super bad. He will go like in between games,
Good film,
he'll go
though.
outside and smoke, and come back and sit, and the entire fucking store is just filled with this horrible cigarette smoke. It is the worst.
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't like the smell of it at all. It's literally just. Although saying that, I've walked past people out on the street in my way to work who have like, there's some vape scents which I would rather inhale the full
Yeah,
scent
there's some of them that are fucking horrible.
of a cigarette than smell. I think one of them's strawberry shortcake. Mate,
Yeah, no, the strawberries are dirty.
that is hot. The smell is.
Because it's strawberry and shortcake, so it's biscuit. The biscuit ones
best-
have a horrible
The best
smell.
way I could describe it is if a
Custards for me. do it.
chihuahua had diarrhea and it was wrapped
I don't
up
mind
in
custard.
a fruit roll up. That's how it would smell.
Depends on the custard. See, I've got
It's ridiculous, dude.
like an orange. It's very, very nice.
I have a black currant one.
And also cherry.
I don't have
I
my
don't,
juice around me
because,
right
you know,
now, but
I'm-
mine is strawberry kiwi watermelon, and
I
it's
don't.
amazing.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
one's good because the watermelon overpowers the strawberry in the smell.
I have, I've got
But this
blackcurrant
one's like
lemonade and Arctic berries.
I got a lot more downstairs. Marinade.
No, definitely, mate. You
Oh.
should see the fucking. Oh, you see yourself here, mate. It's fucking stacked
Look
to.
at you fucking
I
odd one
don't
out.
smoke, mate. I think it's the most dumb
Have you
thing
ever?
ever. I have, but I've not been in a position where it's routine enough for me to.
So okay,
You know.
when I say have you smoked, like, have you smoked daily for like
No.
a certain amount of time?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Oh, I did.
I
It's not for me.
smoked from 13.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what year that would have been. Maybe 2008.
64.
Fuck you. 2008. I'm pretty sure, or 2000. No, it wouldn't have been 2008 because Call
No,
of Duty 4 came out
No,
in
it wouldn't.
2007.
It wouldn't have been. You're getting confused with Call of Duty in World War Two. You started in World War Two. You didn't start when Call of Duty came
So-
out. mate.
The only reason I do it
I love you,
is
dude.
because it helps with my like shaking.
I've got a comment to make. Okay. I don't understand. I really don't understand at all, to be honest with you, the premise of why someone would want to vape if they're not coming off smoking.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
just about to ask.
It
Carl,
makes
you-
no sense to me
So-
personally because it's
so-
just.
So when I my hand, really struggle to keep my hand straight. Like still, I can't at all. So my stepsister has one of these for some reason. So I was like, okay, sure, let me try it. And it turns out that it helped me with my shaking, like a ridiculous amount. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know any other way that will actually help me at all. So it's kind of
So
ended up
your
like this.
first thought was vape.
Well, no, I have tried
nicotine.
other things many times.
Oh, why don't you try? What is it? Is it beta blockers?
No, because it's nothing to do with my heart rate. That's the thing.
Oh. No, it's never understood to me personally. Like I work with someone who's never smoked in their life. Come in one day and he's vaping. I was like, why? And he's like stressed. I was like, crack a
I
wank out.
wouldn't-
Do you know
I
what I mean?
But you
wouldn't
Like,
never
it's not
seek
big.
that vice before when it was cigarettes.
Exactly.
Like I think.
It doesn't
I
make
feel
sense
like
to me
it's more of a
personally.
statement now for people.
I don't think it's a statement. I
I
think
do.
it's more of a oh look,
No,
I'm
not
cool.
a statement, not a statement, a fashion thing.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
it's
people
That's
more.
what I meant.
because like elf bars in now, but I'm like, but I already chose to do it because it genuinely helps me out.
Well, fair enough.
It's
I
weird, but
suppose.
you know, fair enough.
It is weird. Don't get me wrong, but it seems to be working.
It's like
and
the argument that I don't understand. Like when he said it was stress related, just go home, turn the lights off, crack a wank. Do you know what I mean? Just keep it moving. That's my
I
opinion.
gotta ask this question here while we're here. Carl, are you playing video games right now?
Of course it is.
also,
He never stops,
Which-
dude. He's addicted. He's not only addicted to vape, he's addicted to
I can
playing
pause
League
it,
of
though.
Legends.
He's
Hold on,
playing
pause it.
Genshin.
Well, there
Okay,
we go.
it's
You
paused. I'm off.
silly goose.
I'm off.
Addicted
Someone
to
paused
it.
it.
It's
I
fine.
paused it.
Gotta commit.
All right. I'm
All
committed.
right, guys. Here,
It's
let's
cool, no
let's get
going
off
out.
this vape weed fucking topic. Let's segue
Weed is
into something
great.
else. Weed is amazing.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, my drug dealer hasn't texted me back, and it's been over an hour.
He's
Bit.
dead, mate.
You
He got shot.
get one song to prove you have good taste in music. What song you playing?
Gangnam Style.
most
Oh,
likely
boy,
Avril
You're
Lavigne.
getting executed.
I don't know.
Both of you.
I'm going Avril Lavigne.
Let me wait.
One
Song
to
or
prove you had
one
good music
artist?
taste.
Yeah, artist or
Um,
song. Song.
One song. Eh. Prove
I
you
had
have
too-
good music.
I have too
Bohemian
many
Rhapsody by
genres.
Queen.
I was gonna say that.
Bohemian
think-
Rhapsody or
fuck.
Queen, you're muted.
So that's one of the ones that came to my mind. Was Bohemian. But I figured one of you guys would take it, so I had a backup. Lucid
think-
Dreams.
What, by Juice WRLD?
Mm-hmm. It's a
I'll-
great song, dude.
I would personally go Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold.
Mm. Well, but it depends who.
Yeah.
Okay, in this
depends who
metaphorical
it's for.
sense, who are you in the car with?
Yeah.
Is
If I'm
it
with the
someone who's
homies,
heavily into
fucking
rock
fair.
music?
Yeah.
Is it someone who's
You're just
heavily
into
into classical music?
You're into you're in a car with someone who is into music, all music. He doesn't
Okay, so
care what genre
You
or
wouldn't be in
anything.
the car
He
with.
just wants you to prove that you have good taste. So you get one song and one song only to prove your music.
Mr.
taste
Worldwide
is
by
good.
Pete and Bass.
Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull.
No, by Pete and Bass. No, by Pete and Bass, bro.
Hasta luego.
Welcome to the boys in Tobago.
It's such a banger. I was
Banger,
gonna say
God.
it really depends. It really depends, like who's
I
in the
don't
car.
know.
Because if
Yeah, I
it's
really-
if
I mean,
it's
Bohemian
someone,
Rhapsody is just sort of. I feel like
It's literally
it's
a
an
classic.
everyone.
if
I
it's
have always-
someone with
Everyone.
if it's someone with like an Avenged Sevenfold shirt on, you can probably guess that they've never listened to Avenged Sevenfold in their life. On the
Yeah,
other
that's
hand,
the-
if by some weird proxy and you've managed to break the multiverse, if you sat in the car with, I don't know, someone who's like Margaret Thatcher, the only music she listens to is the dying sounds of poor people. So there's a really
I love
mix
that.
of people.
That's my favorite soundtrack.
So like I have
There's a
almost
real
600
broad mix of
songs
people.
on my playlist, so it's kind of hard to
yeah,
choose.
No, my playlist I'm looking at now is pretty. There's no
I'll look
dying
at it.
sounds of poor people, unfortunately.
Well,
but
I've
no,
got-
there's a lot, dude.
I
It's great.
honestly don't
Let me go to
know who I'd
YouTube.
put.
I've got Eminem.
I would probably
Dre,
say if it was a case
Cube.
of an introduction, you get to know Vendog. All Eyes on Me by Tupac, although there's no eyes on him because he's dead. Allegedly, he might not be.
He's a Cuban right
know.
now, Biggie.
That's good. I do have a topic. We'll get back to that in a minute. So actually, so I said that Juice WRLD. So I've been in a huge Juice WRLD kick lately. I don't know why.
like Juice WRLD.
Well, that's because your opinions suck. So anyway, honestly, it's a toss up between two. Candy Paint, Posty,
Candy paint with the white on. That's a banger. Yeah, I get it.
I don't
and
know that
Heaven by Avicii.
He's,
It's
he's, in,
okay.
he's there for sure. Sorry.
No, he's not. He killed himself. He's in hell, bro.
That's
Um,
true.
That's
so I think if I'm gonna have to choose between two, I would either go Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold or Icarus by Harper.
Is that the song
All
I
right.
think it is?
What fucking shoes do you have, mate? Skechers.
Bands.
Fucking who the fuck is Harper?
He's a good artist.
Jesus.
Oh no, I like Icarus by Bastille.
Bastille is sick.
Hey,
What
Popular
shoes do
is
you
sick.
have? Sketches.
Bastille is sick.
That was
Nah,
funny.
dude, he's got
That
Heelys.
was funny,
I
bro.
got those
Aye,
light
Heelys are
up
dope.
ones. I got those light up sketches, you know me?
Oh, dude,
Roll
that's
down the
sick.
street. Always
Nah, you got
pimping.
those fucking.
Light up
You haven't.
Skechers.
You've got them fucking lally callies, dude, with a fucking makeup brush in
Fucking
the bottom of the
lally-callies.
fucking heel, dude.
Fuck off.
It's an English
Or
thing,
the-
Josh.
Fucking Lally Cali.
Here,
Fucking
let's,
kill me.
So Benny kind
I
of
don't-
hit it up earlier.
I think it.
So-
No, hang on, back to the song choice.
Okay.
I think it probably would be Bohemian Rhapsody or something like. Yeah,
Something.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think mine would
yeah.
probably be Bohemian Rhapsody or. Fuck it, Tears Don't Fall. I don't know.
Your tears don't fall.
Good of My
That's a
Valentine.
good song.
They
Yeah.
fall
Banger.
around me.
They crash around me, you idiot.
Yeah.
not
Oh, I didn't go
fall
to school,
around.
mate. That's
God
really
damn.
fucking insensitive.
I
And
can
how
tell.
fucking dare you?
Good
I
you
don't
did.
care.
Next
Yeah.
question.
But yeah, honestly, I'd probably put on anything by Queen or
Yeah.
Post Malone, to be completely honest with
Malone's
you.
It's
Well,
always a
no,
good
hang
shout.
on.
Maybe not anything
no,
by
no. No, it can't be anything by Queen because some of her Christmas Day speeches have been fucking subpar recently.
I fucking hate you.
You're a fucking DJ.
I absolutely fucking despise you.
I hope you just quietly go to the other side of your room.
You know, I
Yeah.
hope you chair break.
Oh,
I
it's-
hope it
it's-
does too, dude. I watched a
It
PSA
can't.
where
He's got
the
cinder blocks holding it up. It's the only way to support him.
no, not cinder blocks. It's a new material under me, mate. Cinder
Oh.
cocks, dude.
Oh shit.
Nah, mate, it's fucking
He's sat on one right
Get
now.
to know, dude.
full on just steel fucking
Steel
block.
beams. Talk about steel beams. 9/11.
Jet fuel.
Yo, let's
no?
go. This is gonna tie into the topic. All right, what
No.
conspiracy theory do you genuinely believe is true?
9/11 and inside job.
The moon landing.
That Bill
Wait, that
Gates
it
is
did
still
or
on
didn't
Windows
happen?
Vista.
That that it that it didn't happen because, in theory, I forgot, but like there's like I suppose science teacher she went, oh yeah, the flag's still waving on the moon. I'm like, but there's no wind and there's no like air or anything. So how's that
Mhm.
happening?
So the flag wasn't actually moving per se.
I'll tell you exactly how they did that on space, right? Because I've got the perpetrator right next to me here. I've got a USB plug-in fan, right? This bad boy here runs off a power bank. Huh? So
Yeah,
what's
but
to say?
Benny, no, hold on. You're an idiot.
Oh,
If there
strong
is no
potential
air
for
in
it. Yeah.
space, how is it the fan gonna blow air?
Yeah, because there's no air molecules. Like like you know what I mean.
How did
There is
Jack's
no
mom manage to blow
atmosphere.
9 men in one night, dude? We don't know the
The
answers to
Oh,
that.
well,
Oh,
that's
I
just
do.
because her jaws being able to unhinge.
And if
just-
we look at it, the technology at the time does not. There's no way in hell that we were able to build a rocket, fly it to the moon, and also have a streaming like way to stream
never
it.
streamed.
Yeah, it should have been on
It was
Netflix,
never
dude.
streamed.
I think so.
No, it was like broadcasted.
That's true. I don't know. I wasn't there
Yes, but
myself. Josh, you were there.
The
I haven't.
quality was like fucking 2p.
2p? Nah, it would have cost more than that to build a fucking.
Sharp.
Okay. I think the moon.
The gravity would, because low gravity would have probably held up the flag.
I think the moon landing was real. What I don't think is real is. I genuinely, I don't think Michael Jackson's dead. I'll be honest with you. I know that people do. It's fair enough. I don't think he is. And also, I don't think is real is when you sit down and realize it, the world just cannot be round.
Oh, fuck off.
Fuck.
No, dude. My mate.
So
my
what
mate-
makes
Are
you
you
believe
sure?
that?
Look at you.
Fair point.
I'm not the world, damn, am I, mate? I am your
Fucking
Well,
world.
what do
almost.
you keep eating? You'll be as
Yeah,
big
you
as
are.
it. Anyway, what makes
That
you think
went
that
really
Jackson?
really quick.
What do you think, Michael Jackson? Why do you think he isn't dead?
I look at someone like him, right? There's no denying it. He may have touched a child, you know? We won't get into it,
Man.
okay? I don't know. Allegedly. Don't sue us. You're dead. You're not. But don't sue us. When that all shit started coming out, right? He wasn't a child, mate, for starters. He
Well, you never know.
he announced his This Is It tour, right? And I remember back then there was like rumblings. I think it was on MySpace, dude. Genuinely, if MySpace or MSN, I can't remember. One of my mates messaged me saying, "Dude, have you seen Michael Jackson's a nonce?" And I was like, "No."
It would have been MSN, and I don't think MySpace.
Most likely.
And then
MSN, yeah.
he announced his like comeback tour, and then a week later the motherfucker was dead.
Comeback tour.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently he died of a
And
heart attack. But I don't...
he is that famous of a person. Like he couldn't go anywhere without anything being published. I just reckon he got sick of it, and he thought the only way out of it is it's been documented that he's had bad health. I think he just went, I could probably fake my death here. I'm with, in the comfort of my own home. No one's in here.
So
I could
yeah,
probably get away with it.
apparently-
And I genuinely do think he's alive. And if you want to add more fuel to it, look up Dave.
Dave.
So apparently Michael Jackson died of a cardiac arrest caused by the fatal combination of drugs given to him by his personal doctor.
I don't really think that's true.
So now here's the question, Benny.
Mhm.
Because I remember a couple podcasts ago we talked about it, and you said that Michael Jackson is probably one of the most, if not the most famous person ever.
Yeah.
If you're
Honestly.
that famous, even if you fake your death, you can't go anywhere. Where are you going?
The mountains.
He has a lot of money, mate.
You think someone that's
You
lived the
don't-
lifestyle that he lives and is accustomed to is going to go up to a mountain?
That's why. I know. Jack's laughing. He might. There's like what, some islands that we don't know.
Yeah, there is quite a lot.
Is it that out there are possibilities there?
There are also private
No,
island
because
islands as
we
well.
would see because of how famous, how much money he has, you'd see the evolution of a building from satellites.
What if
coming up
he's
on
just
the
living in a tree? In a
Well,
tree
island.
house?
He won't
You're
be living
telling
in
me-
a tree.
You're telling me that someone that lived his lifestyle, that had the money that he had. Well, no, didn't when he died he had like no money.
No, I don't
No,
know. I think
no,
he
he
had
had
I think he had
tons.
a bit.
As if he's living
Pretty
on
sure he
someone's
was
private
dead.
island.
I do think he's still alive, but the whole logistics of how he's managed to not fall into the lifestyle is a bit. But then again, if you are trying to fake your death, you do the things that aren't as obvious. You know what I mean? If I was trying to fake my death, you think I'd be sat here recording a podcast? No, I'd be dead, mate. You know?
Like, but like I said, if he, I feel like if he was close to broke with no money, what happens if he got someone he like
Exactly.
really trusts to buy a private island, and that guy can just say, "Look, I bought this private island. I'm building a house on it. Yeah, whatever," and he could just be in there. Like we wouldn't
But-
know.
I was right. He did die broke. Michael's main problem was that his income dwindled in recent years. He never changed his spending habits. In 2005, a forensic accountant testified that Michael was spending approximately $20 to $30 million per year, more than he earned, and was in debt by as much as $285 million.
He died in 2009.
2005.
No, he
No, it
didn't
says
die in
here.
2005.
It says 2009 right here.
2009.
Oh, sorry. That's when this was. In 2005, a forensic accountant testified that Michael was spending 20 to 30 million more than he earned.
I
But
just,
yeah,
I don't understand how people spend that.
No, neither. I'm gonna get my water quickly. Continue to.
Within a
it's
year?
super simple. You get accustomed to a lifestyle, and even if you're not bringing in the money that you're used to bringing in, you're still spending to facilitate the lifestyle that you've become accustomed to.
It's crazy to think I was 5 years old when Michael Jackson died. I didn't even know.
You were 5 when Michael Jackson died?
Yeah,
What year did he die?
2009. Wait, was I 5?
Yes.
Yeah, I
June
was.
25th, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what, 13 years ago? I was
Yeah,
17.
And if I was born if I was born February the 9th, 2004,
I was 9. No. Wait, how long ago did he die?
13 years ago.
I was 10.
Jesus Christ. I am old.
Yeah.
I was
We keep
I was a
telling you.
year away from graduating,
fossil.
bro.
You're a fossil.
But no,
Am I?
that's
Next year, I'm putting you in a fucking museum.
that's one of them. I like a conspiracy theory. I do agree with. The other conspiracy that I agree. I do. It's kind of boring. But do you know the like the do you know how there's like the infamous sort of like the Loch Ness monster
Yeah.
and the
That's not a
Bigfoot?
conspiracy theory.
It is. There's people that don't think it exists. I
It
think
is a
don't
conspiracy.
I think Bigfoot is real. I think the Loch Ness monster is real. I think that there probably was
yeah, it was. That's what I was thinking.
real at some point.
Loch Ness Monster,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, if you're going with that, then yes, okay.
100%.
Yeah, way back when, of course, there were things that looked
Bigfoot,
similar to Bigfoot.
possibly.
It's possible. Loch Ness Monster, almost a guarantee.
100%.
That was just a dinosaur.
That was literally a dinosaur. That's
But
not what it
like,
is.
they're not around now.
Loch Ness Monster, possibly.
No, I think the Loch Ness monster is around now. Obviously not now, but like in recent years, it probably was.
I completely disagree.
That's fair enough.
But I'll do my conspiracy theory. I think the JFK assassination.
Bro!
I think that there is 100% more than one shooter, and I
see.
think that the U.S. government is a lot more involved than they would like to admit.
Why?
Why?
Why would they want to
Because-
kill their own president?
Because JFK was
What was that?
completely trying to stop the Cold War. He
Okay.
didn't want it to happen. Everybody else in like the CIA, because that was a newer thing there, because they needed funding, they wanted it to continue. And a bunch of military heads and companies
I'd love
wanted
some
it to
military head.
continue. Just to bring more, because they seen how much money that they made during World War II. So they're like, we need to continue to do this. That's the one thing when it comes to war, is the loser is dirt poor, but the winner has nothing but success. They have made so much money,
That's true.
right? So when JFK is like, hey, Russia, turn your fucking ships around, everybody's like, yo, fam, we need this money. We need it. So I think that and I think that's also why that Lee Harvey Oswald was killed before he even had a chance to be sentenced
So he
or
couldn't
a
say
trial was
anything.
done. Exactly.
I,
Because I think
I
it
don't
was like
know.
literally the next day Lee Harvey Oswald was dead. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no. I think that the government, the US government specifically, is kind of sitting back on some things and they don't want to release it because if they could do that to their one president, who's to say that they can't do it to any president?
I don't think it's. I mean, I've been on the internet. I've seen footage of him shot. You know.
No, I'm not saying that
It's
JFK isn't dead.
no, but like it seems like it was just a I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to a crazed lunatic who would just
Oh,
fancy to
really?
pop at him. Yeah.
Then do you care to explain the miracle bullet?
This time that went
The bullet,
through
the
and didn't
one that
leave any.
went, no, the one that went through JFK, hit the vice president, redirected off of his arm, and fucking landed some, I can't remember exactly where, with no damage done to the bullet.
But then
can't.
how does that benefit your theory of there being more than one
Because
shooter?
so here's the thing, okay? For one bullet to do what they said it did is virtually impossible. Now it becomes even more impossible that that bullet takes no damage because as soon as a bullet hits anything, flesh, bone, anything, the actual bullet becomes fucking mangled because that's what they're designed to do, right?
Mm.
So one bullet going on an angle, according to you, going through JFK, it's either his shoulder or his neck, one of the two going through. Then somehow, while going on this trajectory, stops, goes like this, straightens itself out, goes through a car seat, and then through this guy's fucking arm, hits a bone, and redirects out. Like, that doesn't happen. A bullet can't go on an angle, hit something, like go through someone. And apparently it was just soft tissue that went when it went through JFK. So the bullet might have not been damaged from that. That is completely understandable. Soft tissue doesn't do that much damage to the bullet. So if it were to go through like this on an angle, you're telling me after it exits the soft tissue, it just decides, hey fam, instead of just going straight into like the floor of the car, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tilt our ass back and go straight this way. That's not how momentum works. It's not how anything works.
But then how does that? I'm confused. I don't understand how it benefits the second shooter theory.
Because one bullet can't do all of those things. So a second shooter coming in from the grassy knoll area over here, shooting as well, that is more likely to be the thing. And plus, if you actually listen to the audio, you hear more than 3 shots. Plus, there was also tufts of smoke spotted in the grassy knoll spot that I mentioned earlier. There are many things. The FBI specifically didn't surveil that one building that Lee Harvey Oswald was in, that he worked at. There are so many things that lead to at least more than one shooter.
Oh, that's all right. It's fair enough. What about you, Jack? What
Ah,
conspiracy theory do you believe in?
9/11
You believe it happened? Yeah, so do I, dude.
inside job.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean,
I don't know.
But none of you were alive for 9/11, were you?
I was.
that wasn't.
who Jack was. I wasn't.
Yeah.
You fat?
It happened a year after.
Oh, how old were you, Jack?
Hello?
It was 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Oh,
remembers
bro,
it-
fuck
he
you.
remembers it
You
like
were
it was
virtually
yesterday.
not born. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
No, it's been 11
I was
years
alive
to-
on this earth for 2 years, you fucking
You
dinosaur.
have no recollection of it.
Mate, you were there when they fucking. I don't know.
You were there
I
when
was
they
9
fucking
when it
first
happened.
invented fire, mate.
I was going to say you were there when they wrote the Declaration of
so-
Independence, but I realised you're not American.
I'll let Jack go on about 9/11, and then I'll give you guys some insiders from someone who actually experienced.
Oh, were you
9/11.
there?
I wasn't there, but I
Okay,
was
so you didn't
alive and
experience it. That's
present.
cool.
Oh, I didn't experience it. I was alive and present for this fucking thing.
What do you mean? I remember
going on.
seeing it on TV.
Yeah, same dude. I've seen it on TV before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it on
Yeah,
YouTube.
you've seen all the news articles, you've seen all the everything.
Yeah.
You've seen the press talking about how there were people crawling out of the rubble without skin on. Oh, fuck you. No, fucking blow me, Jack.
Get
Anyway,
out then.
All right.
9/11. Why do you think it was an inside job?
Because it just the way that everything happened, and there was plenty of videos online that zoomed into a certain part of the building.
I do find it a
That
bit
an
weird.
explosion came
It
out
is
of the
really
window
weird.
before the plane hit the
Yeah.
before the plane hit the building.
I do
There's
find that a
multiple
bit
videos
weird.
where I will try and find it for you, Josh. Where an explosion came out of one of the windows. I think four floors from where the plane hit, 4 floors below. An explosion came out of one of the windows before the plane actually hit the building, or just as the plane hit the building.
And there was another building that was hit as well in that area. It wasn't just the 2 towers. I remember seeing it in a documentary. Not the
So
Pentagon.
there
There
was the
was
2 towers, and
was-
then Building 7, and
That's
then
it.
the Pentagon.
Building 7.
And then there was another airplane in Philadelphia that, now this is a conspiracy theory. The government has led people to believe that it crashed, and that's why that's all that happened. I am more likely to believe that the fighter jets that were there following this plane shot it down. And George Bush said in his memoirs that up until this is after his memoir, this is like going until his memoir was released. He said up until like recent years, I always thought we shot it down. He always thought that they shot down the plane filled with civilians that had a terrorist on it. The reason he thought he shot it down is because he gave the order to shoot it down.
With
But they're
civilians on it.
saying, yeah,
Presumably it's just the one terrorist on there, no?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know. But in all honesty, this is in the heat of the Twin Towers were hit and the Pentagon was hit. That's another one, is the Pentagon thing.
Oh, when it hit a specific part of the building where all the important files are trying to get rid of on the history of America and dirty fucking secrets got hit. Yeah.
No,
Definitely believe
that's not exactly right, but you're halfway right. So literally, I think a week before 9/11 happened, the the Pentagon held a press conference, and they're like, "Listen, billions of dollars are gone, unaccounted for, and we don't know where that money is. So what we're gonna do is, in a week's time, after we've looked through all our paperwork, is we're gonna release that paperwork to show that we're not trying to hoard money." And then just so happens the plane hits exactly where they're doing all the financial money shit, like where they're trying to research and figure out where all this money is going that they have no idea where it's gone to. That's where the plane happened to hit specifically. Seems a little
I'm guessing
sus
you
to me.
don't think it was an inside job, no?
9/11?
Mhm.
I don't think the Twin Towers was an inside job. I think that the Pentagon thing,
Took advantage
think
of what
that-
was going on.
yeah, I think that they seen an opportunity and struck.
That's fair.
Along with the plane. Now I do think that they shot it down, and I don't understand why the government just doesn't openly admit it, because honestly, I don't think people would care too much.
It's
considering what
it's
happened that
America.
day.
They don't want to lose, don't want to be responsible for civilian deaths, but they'll bomb a whole, civilian camp in Syria and be fine with it, which makes no sense to me. It's one of the main reasons why I fucking hate them
If
as a
they're like,
country.
listen, guys,
Fuck them all.
we shot this plane down, and everybody's gonna get all up in arms, but they're gonna be like, but listen, look at what the fuck happened. These mans were on this plane too. It was either we do what we did, or something else catastrophic could have happened. I feel like they would have saved face if they would have just been open about it.
Hmm. Do you also not? Okay, one of the things that I thought would be really interesting, I know to my knowledge hasn't happened. Someone would have been more than likely recording on the plane that was hijacked, right?
Not back
Yeah.
then, dude. There
No?
was in 2001. We didn't have flip phone, like camera phones, and all that shit.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. So that's not really a thing that would have happened. I need to
would've-
step away for a minute.
That's fine.
Okay.
I
You've got
would've,
the
like-
topic list. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I would have like not that's bad. I would have quite liked to be on the plane, but obviously not die, just to see exactly what happened there.
I get what you mean.
Because
like,
I
it'd be
don't,
interesting to
I
just
don't
see.
really think that
Because I know
it's as
I
black and white
know
of what people are making it out to be.
airport security improved
Yeah, but that was after the fact.
after 9/11.
Yeah. So what were they doing before 9/11? Oh, you've
But
just
sure.
got a puffy jacket on, which looks a bit like it's a bomb. First class,
Ah.
mate. Sit there.
What?
We're just talking about like how, like I don't know if I necessarily believe that it was terrorist hijacked because Carl said, you know, airport security improved after 9/11. I'm glad it did. It fucking needed to. But what was airport security like beforehand?
Like there should have
Yeah.
been.
Did
there
they
would have been
just
at
see a
least
guy
some.
with a puffy jacket which looked a bit like a bomb and was just like, yeah, I'm sitting first class, mate. Put your feet up. Get on the fucking Jägermeisters, mate. Enjoy your time. Doesn't make that much sense to me. I personally think it is an inside job. I think the whole thing was, if I'm
There's
honest.
something not right with the plane because, in theory, if there was a bomb on the plane, how does someone get through an airport with a bomb?
Hmm.
Because even without security, a bomb is what we're talking like 2001. So like it's not really that small either.
No, it would have been like big as fuck, yeah, probably. But I think it was an inside job myself personally. I do think it was an inside job, but then again, I also don't think I would think it was an inside job if it wasn't as popular as an opinion, because you wouldn't have the opinion brought to you, would you? You'd just be like, oh yeah, no, a terrorist hijacked it. I mean, all it takes is one person to be like, yeah, I don't really believe that, and a whole group of people's like, yeah, no, I don't really believe that now. I do think it's a hell of a lot of things to I don't know, to rule out before you go down the line of it not being an inside job. Like I imagine black boxes were on the planes by then, right? Am I obviously right? Black boxes were some on the plane, had to have been.
Yeah, black boxes were on the plane back
Yeah.
then.
Is that
In 2001, right?
just not like recoverable?
So
Did it blow up completely? Is that something that happened?
I don't think.
so sorry. What was your question? My drug dealer just texted me back.
If like the like black box on that plane is just, did it blow up completely? Is it irreplaceable?
Yeah. So yeah, 100%. Right. Think about it. Boy, what black box are you talking about? The one that got shot down, the one that hit the Pentagon.
When they hit the towers.
So yeah, those would have all been destroyed, completely and utterly destroyed.
I don't know. Like there's the one, the Malaysia Airlines flight, which just disappeared. No one knows where the fuck that went.
Still.
Still, yeah, to this day, no one's found it. That's
I thought they did find it.
Nope.
No, I don't think they did. Did they? I'm not too versed myself, but I think that's really weird that that's just disappeared and no one knows. The technology we have like now, that should be tracked. You can sit from your comfort of your own home and track flights on a publicly open, accessible website.
So several pieces of debris have been found from the plane.
Yeah, debris
causing
found,
them
but the plane has.
causing them to believe that it has crashed in the Indian Ocean. They just don't know exactly where.
I don't know. I definitely don't think it's a case of it's just disappeared into thin air. I think it's probably a case of that someone's probably hijacked it, and I mean, for all we know, they might be on an unknown island, like Lost.
That's
you know?
also possible.
And there might
Lost
be
was a great
s-
show for a very, very short window of time.
Might be still kicking about. I don't know. I guess the conspiracy. I don't think Michael Jackson's dead. I think he's too much of a, a public figure. I also don't think that Hitler died when he did. I think he is now, obviously.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think he shot himself.
You think he went to Argentina?
Yeah. I think he realised, oh shit, we're losing quite bad here. I don't have the balls. He only had one. I don't have the ball to.
Did he actually only have one?
I
That's the
don't
first
know.
time I've ever heard that.
I wasn't there. It's been a
I
well-known fact,
was.
right, that he had it.
Josh was.
That he had it shut off. I don't know. I don't think he had like the gall
Really?
to go back and admit defeat. So he's like,
A ball.
yeah, I could probably go and fake my death at that time. Especially there's no wider news coverage. It's very easy to get away with stuff at that time. I do think he went to Argentina, and I do think he's dead now.
Fair enough.
I don't think he died when he did, because for him to be as ruthless as he was, I don't think he would have been like, yeah, I'm going to kill myself. Just doesn't make sense to me.
But well,
That's
it's not
alright.
that he just decided to kill himself because for the sake of it. So the thing was, he killed himself because it was a complete hit on his ego. That was a suggestion. He knew that the war was going to end. He knew he was going to be put to jail, at the very least, jail for the war crimes that he committed.
I don't think he was the type of guy at that point to be like, the only way out is suicide. I think he had a plan for everything.
That was literally the only way out.
And the fact that there was a body that doesn't look as much like him or something about that, something like that.
Oh, I've heard
And he
that. I don't
had
necessarily
he
know how
had
true that
someone who
is.
looked very much like him, and
Oh yeah, 100% he had a double.
he had a double.
100%.
Yeah. And I do think
Alright.
he didn't die when he did. What was Carl's? Carl hasn't had a stab at it.
He
What
did.
What was your conspiracy
Yeah,
theory?
it
that you
was
believe in?
the moon landing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did. Shit, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
So here, I got a question for y'all. What song would you want played at your funeral, and why? Well, if there is one song that you like in your will, you put it, this song must be played at my funeral. What song is it, and why?
Happy
already
by
done this.
Pharrell Williams.
Oh, I'll be so happy at your
The
funeral.
Minion song.
The
I mean, I'll
Minions
be
song
happy
by Yeet.
regardless, but
Papa Pussy. I need
There's another song.
underwear.
LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem. That would probably be it. Or For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Metallica, that's a good pick.
I
Uh,
showed
What-
you fish something like.
What the fuck
Mine-
you mean by Harper? It's because then it goes because when the lion light him up, show what it means to face a god. Basically referencing to me being an absolute god and how I'm better than everyone else. So like, yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Carl, you're like
I
a 12-year-old virgin. Shut up.
Personally wouldn't. I don't think I'd care that much because I'm dead.
No, neither do I.
I just put my favorite songs on there. to
Play
be fully
whatever you
honest.
want. As like my only rule though is the person who is connected to the Bluetooth speaker must not have Spotify Premium. I want the brands to profit off my death, dude.
Huge brand play.
See?
Mine's What I've Done by Linkin Park.
Not much, really, have you?
Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Fucking by your age, you should.
That was so funny.
I don't know, dude. I'm not a really big. I don't really look. You know, no one looks forward to death unless you're in a really bad place in life.
Well,
But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
you
really.
maybe.
I don't really think it
Who has
matters.
2 sons and is looking forward to death? This guy.
I don't really think that matters that
Hey.
much because you'll be dead. You know.
Yeah,
You're
I
not gonna
suppose that's
find out,
true.
really, are you?
What childhood goal of yours did you realize is never gonna happen?
all of them.
What
The
what
world's
age limit is it?
the world's thinnest man.
Childhood.
Childhood, dickhead.
Yeah. Could you count like you can't count teenage years, can you?
That's still your childhood.
So
You were a child still.
I really wanted to go pro.
You're a child until
what?
you're 18.
And like at the time I was playing CS, so it would have been CS.
Okay.
but I kind of just got burnt out from the game and just went, I'm out.
Okay, I
And
know the ultimate bet in life is betting on yourself, but do you actually think you were good enough to go pro?
if I put the hours and the grind into it, I think I could have done it.
Hmm, that's good. Jack, you played with him for all the time. What do you think?
Pro, no. Semi-pro, yeah.
Yeah, because
Like
semi-pro,
AMs, he
I'd
would
have
have
to
been
go
able to
semi-pro.
myth AM league.
Huh?
I said he probably would have been good enough to at least make the AM league. Maybe the amateur league.
Yeah,
I
no,
probably
yeah,
could-
I'm actually 100%.
I would have
Semi-pro,
been
yes. Pro, no.
not pro straight away. Like I'd have to go through the semi-pro to be
No,
able to
I
get
don't.
good.
I don't think pro because the amount of
It's just that the hours they put in. I can't do
yes,
that because of how quickly you get burnt out. How quickly I get
yes.
burnt out from the
That's
game.
why. That's why
My
pro no, semi-pro yes, but not permanently. You'd probably do it for about a year and then never touch the game again.
my
Yeah.
one was being a Formula One driver.
You have to be skinny for that, really.
Because
And you
besides,
don't
no,
even
no, no, no,
drive.
I was at the time. I could have done it, but I watched a documentary on, I think it was Senna with my granddad, and how he started like he was 8, and bro, I just realised that my fucking, you know, my feet would allow me to walk at 8, dude. I wasn't in carts. Fuck that shit, dog. So I realised that like I'm probably got no chance.
Yeah.
And I probably, I
So-
don't know. I would have. There's nothing more in life that I want to do is be like a professional. My end goal in life is to be involved in Formula One in some capacity, like if I'm team principal
Yeah.
or in the paddock or making the
Engineer
calls for
or
it. There's nothing in my entire life that I would more want. I would love to be a team principal of a team, but people.
actually no, I'd hate to be an engineer.
People study for years to do that.
Their entire lives.
But
Yeah.
there's nothing more in life I'd love to do. But being an F1 driver was my goal, and I realised that if I start now, it's probably too late.
So I had that exact same realization with hockey.
Mm.
So growing up as a kid, I grew up very poor.
That's a good
so I didn't
segue
get to
onto
do...
another one on the list here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck you. I
Yeah.
see what you're talking about. No, kill yourself. Anyway. No, so I grew up very, very poor. So we didn't get to participate on
Yeah.
any sports teams or anything like that. And I really started getting, so I was always into hockey, but I really started getting hockey and getting into like the background of hockey, like figuring out how these players got to where they are and shit like that. And you realize that these fuckers just started playing the sport. Like as soon as they're able to walk, they're in skates. And then like from there, they're transitioning into like these midget leagues, and then going from midget leagues to junior A, and then going all the way up until they hit the big time, the show.
You can't call them
And
midgets no more.
No, that's what
I
the league
fucking
is
can.
called.
Major.
An actual hockey league. It's for children. Fuck off. Anyway, we're not bringing this SJW shit here, okay? Anyway, yeah, no, fuck it.
Sarah Jane Watson.
I was like 13, and I still a little bit in the back of my head. I'm like, dude, I could totally eventually go pro if I want. No, that ship sailed 10 years ago, bro. Like there is no way that would ever happen.
Mhm.
And another one, it was I always wanted to be a part of the Toronto Orchestra, and never pursued music at all after high school, so didn't do it. So at a certain point in time, you just realize, yeah, that will literally never happen. So you just gotta move on.
Could be the mascot for him.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Jack, Carl?
What was it?
Well, I just
Sorry?
went. Oh wait, are we on the other one now?
What childhood goal of yours is never going to
Being a
happen?
professional. I don't know. Not really CS because I mean, yes, at some point I did want to because the game I played, but mainly, but that wasn't really childhood. Not really. Like I was virtually an adult. Childhood probably pro COD player.
I think everyone
on
went through that
console.
phase.
Like no, to the point that I
I
I was
participated in a
almost
few COD
semi-pro.
Pro tournaments.
Yeah, I did COD tournaments. I did a few LANs. I did GBs virtually every
Mhm.
day with my squad. We like this is like Black Ops 2
Yep.
era.
Yeah, me too.
Black Ops 2 and Ghosts era.
Mhm.
Because obviously Ghost came out as a new COD, you sort of had to switch. You had to. And we were still doing GBs. We were still doing. I think I went to 2 LANs on Ghost. No, yeah, 2 LANs on Ghost, and then I think I did one. I think I did 3 COD tournaments in Ghost. Most of it was Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, I think I did 4 LANs and 5 COD tournaments, 5 different tournaments. GBs every single day with my team, and like, yeah, like I was almost at the stage, like we were amateur basically. We were almost at the stage of like semi-pro-ish, but everything just sort of fell through,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
So I actually had my shit pushed in from Clayster way back when. So on Black Ops 2, me and a couple buddies, we, like you said, we used to grind the fuck out of GBs
Yeah.
all the time, and UMG, do
Yeah,
wagers,
UMG.
all that
Oh,
shit.
I mean,
Um,
I was actually winning money from Call of Duty.
yeah, so were we.
I think I ended up winning about
So
£500 altogether.
in Black Ops 2, every weekend, so one of the ways you could qualify to be a pro team or to hit the pro circuit was by earning these pro points, and the way you got pro points was by coming top 3 in these events hosted by MLG online.
That shit was
So
difficult.
it was. So we did one weekend on a Sunday, and round 1 we got paired up with, I think it was Complexity, actually. Like back when Complexity was like starting to really take off, and we got our shit pushed in by Clayster so hard. Like it, there's no like our
Yeah.
asses were chapped because this man was just clapping our cheeks, bro. It was not a good time. And we all thought we were like, yo, because like if you think about it, right? Like you're just in GBs, you're kind of playing against the same level groups.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, dude, we're doing fucking great. We're 40 wins over our losses. Everything's great. We're the best out of everyone we know. And then
Yeah.
you play against the pros, and
then you
when-
realize how shit you are.
yeah, you're just like, dude,
Yeah.
if he's like this, and he isn't even the best, I'm like,
I'm fucked.
I am the shit stain in his underwear, bro.
Yeah.
I am that insignificant.
Yeah.
Like it's horrible. Like the skill gap between a pro and a regular Joe Schmo or an above average Joe Schmo, bro, it's
Yeah, the
it
skill gap
transcends
between an
anything.
amateur / semi-pro compared to a pro, fucking completely different.
Bananas.
Like that's the thing that happened with us as well, is we come against some like basically. I don't think he was pro, but he was like one of the most known people in GBs. Like, you know, you have them people that you know their names are more known than some pros. Yeah, we come against
Optic
that.
being one
Yeah,
of them. Optic
mean?
is like one of the biggest esports teams. Or sorry, a pro being bigger than their team. Is that what you meant?
No. Like, so you'll have like with the regular teams,
Oh yeah.
but their names, not their team name, but their actual usernames are more known than some pro username.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're not pros.
Gengar was one of them
Yes,
before
they're
he
not
went
pro.
pro.
Yes.
There was
See,
a
we come
few,
against that, we got fucking absolutely demolished, and then that's when it all fell through. We was like, right, fuck this, because
Now,
like
this
they
is
weren't
gonna
even
sound-
pros, and
Yeah.
we
They're
were
like
like,
S&D pros and shit like
yes,
that, like
we
Embos
were
and
here,
shit.
they were here,
Yeah.
and there were certain pros that were there,
Yeah, exactly.
and we got our shit absolutely rocked. It was
I remember,
horrible.
like, this is gonna sound super stupid, but so there aren't very many Canadians, at least back in the day in the Call of Duty scene specifically, because that's what I used to follow a lot. there weren't very many Canadian Call of Duty pros. There's two that come to mind: Ray Rambo from Envious or Optic, and Fizzerp. And when Fizzerp died, bro, that shit hurt. That hurt my soul. And like, oh man, like I loved the dude. I thought he was amazing. I loved how he could go from being completely calm, cool, collected, slaying someone, to just completely shit talking his teammate like the absolute next second. Being like, you fucking oh, it was great. He was hilarious. And then he died in a car accident. And I remember seeing the tweets live, like from his girlfriend
Yeah.
and shit like that. That shit hurt so much. I was like, what do you mean? Because the guy wasn't much older than me.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an update here quickly. For you weed companies out there, do your shit like this one. It took them like an hour and 45 minutes to respond to me. So they're throwing in a free ounce and a moon rock. I know you guys don't know what a moon rock is, but a moon rock is a big old nug of weed covered in wax and then dusted in keef and then covered in wax again and then more keef. So when you pull it apart, it's like super sticky. It looks almost like a mozzarella stick, but it's weed. And they're giving me a free ounce and a free moon rock. And a moon rock normally runs $50, and the extra ounces would normally be another $130. They are doing it right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the illegally run weed companies in
It's
Canada.
not illegal. It's not illegal. Fuck
Joking.
you,
I'm messing with you.
asshole.
But no, dude, that's pretty fucking cool that you all had the same sort of ish.
Two. Those two, not me.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
was yours?
I didn't want to go pro. Mine?
Did you go?
Me or Venny?
Yeah, he
You.
wanted to be an ice hockey
Oh
player.
yeah, professional ice hockey.
Ice hockey or a Toronto Symphony Orchestra player.
I think it's crazy.
Here we go.
That it-
I guess we'll
What
do the
was that
segue
segue,
that
Benny?
Benny
What
wanted
was
to
that
do.
segue?
What's the worst sport and why?
Ice hockey,
Why?
fucking
bro.
tin pot sport, mate.
Are you kidding
it's
me?
not.
Please explain to me
Baseball.
right now why hockey is the worst
I
sport.
said it just to wind you up. I don't truly think it is.
Nah,
mate.
ice hockey, no way, bro.
I
I can
hockey
understand
is the
why
most
people.
skill-based
I can.
sport.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
you got to skate and worry about what the fuck you're doing as well as a game.
And you got to
It's
fight
Pretty
on
cool.
skate.
You don't necessarily have to fight. Fighting
Yes,
is
you
starting
do.
to be blamed at. No, you don't.
You have to beat the shit out of the enemy.
Yeah.
Body checking, I will give you. You do gotta do that.
The most pointless sport.
Baseball.
I don't know if it is
I want to go with football.
Baseball.
Personally.
football.
What football? American football or
Football.
your football?
Your soccer.
Baseball. Most useless sport.
No,
Most boring sport.
baseball is up there. I also think that rounders.
Rounders is not a sport. It's not a professional
What?
sport. Is it a
What
professional
sport?
sport?
Rounders is. I'm fairly sure
What
rounders
the
is in the
fuck is
Olympics.
rounders?
It's a B-Tech baseball.
Yeah, it's
But
just
it's
one.
handball in there.
No, it's
Handball
not.
is in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
That's a terrible
I
sport.
don't know
fuck
if it's
that.
a sport which is widely televised, but football, I can't live without football.
No.
I can't live
That's me
without.
knocking.
I can't live without Formula One. I can live without baseball quite
No.
happily. In fact,
Yep.
it might put years onto my life if baseball wasn't a thing. I also think that I used to think American football's pointless, but now I've got somewhat into it.
I can
Fucking
kind
hell.
of see why people like it. Yeah.
Like American football is
I
entertaining.
prefer rugby over American football
I
personally,
can't
but
get into rugby.
I played it when I was in secondary school a lot.
Do not get rugby.
Like
No,
I
I
was
don't
the
get rugby.
main rugby person in the secondary school. Like I was basically captain. Like well, it was not a cap, but I was like the rugby leader of
Do
team.
not get rugby. American football I thought was pointless for a long time, but now I've sort of understand and get into it. It's far from pointless. I think Formula One.
Rugby is
Formula
one
One,
of the
I wouldn't
hardest sports ever.
class as a sport because there's only 22 drivers. Yeah, 22 drivers in the world that are capable of doing it, and there's nothing active.
22?
As active. There's only 22 drivers on the grid. Yeah.
20
Really?
drivers on the grid.
Are
Dipshit.
you sure?
Yes.
I'll literally go through them in my head here.
Okay,
Oh no, there
let's
is.
not
There
do-
is. There is. You're right. You're right.
I
I'm wrong.
know, I know, I know.
Yeah, there's 20
You fuck.
20 drivers on the grid.
Oh no, there's 21.
So no, fuck you. I was kind of fucking close.
But he doesn't. But the 21st one doesn't count. Cause it's Nico Hulkenberg.
Wait. Oh yeah. Here
Yeah,
we go.
so
It's
He's
the
back. He's a backup driver for Aston Martin. He doesn't count.
No, he started an actual race for them. So I'd count
Yeah, it
him.
doesn't count.
So
No, it doesn't
there's 21 together. There's only 21 people who can actively drive a Formula One car in the entirety of the world.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. There's 21 people that can
So I
actively drive a Formula One.
I don't think it's.
But I won't count Nico Hulkenberg personally.
I don't
because
think it's classified
He's
as a
only done
sport.
2 races.
I cannot live without football. I cannot live without Formula One. It's
Here's a
just-
question.
Football, no. I
It's
cannot live without either.
this question that I have here isn't on the topic list, man. So this is just me freeballing it.
for it.
What famous person have you met that nobody would really care about?
I've not met anyone famous.
Neither have I.
Really?
Me neither.
So I've met a few famous.
Tell a
people.
lie. I've met Ali.
Gee, wait. What do we?
in-
That's what I'm gonna. What do we class as famous?
I've met.
Well, so that's the thing is it's famous to you.
He's not
so they don't
famous
have
to
to-
me, but I think it'd be famous to the Fortnite children. I've met
go
Ali
on.
A in a shopping centre in London once. I
That's
bumped
not- he's
into him.
famous.
See, and also, when you mean
Well,
met,
that's
does it
it.
count as like if you go to a gaming event there?
Well,
Okay, I've
only
met
it,
Syndicate.
wait,
What?
did you say words to him?
Yeah, I spoke to him.
Okay, then yes, that counts.
Spoke to him at I didn't even take a picture of him because I don't care.
I love Tom.
I honestly I don't really care about taking pictures with famous people. I'd rather talk to them.
Fair enough.
I
Jack
hate people
Bennett.
that go up to
Well-
famous people and just ask for a picture
Just
and then
want
walk
a
away.
picture.
No, you're
Uh,
using it just as a fucking.
Clout boost.
I've been
Yeah.
in the same. I've been in the same place as. Fuck, what's his name? David Williams.
Being in the
Yeah.
same place and meeting are two different things.
Jack and Benny. Have you guys ever heard of Mars Bar?
Yeah,
Yes, this is
Nah.
chocolate. Of course we have with fat cunt.
No, not the chocolate bar.
I know.
They-
I know who you're on
Did you?
about. Yeah.
No, I don't.
So he's been into my school, and obviously I've spoken to him and shit.
Mm.
That's
Oh shit! Wait a minute. I met Oh my god, what's his fucking?
so I'm gonna tell you guys.
Not
something that'll make you blow
Venny,
your
not
load.
Prince Philip. Fucking one below that.
Henry.
Oh, they're all paedophiles, mate. I couldn't care less. What you were saying, Josh?
So no, this you guys are gonna blow your loads here. I've met Stanley.
Oh, nice. What the fuck?
Nah,
Yeah.
Now was that a
so-
dream or?
that
No,
was
no, no,
Venny
no.
just
So
nutting.
I went to in Toronto we had this fan expo thing. It's like a giant Comic Con in
Yeah, I know
Toronto.
what that is.
So I was there
Fan Expo. Shit.
and I was walking around, and this little old man walks up to me asking me where the bathroom is, and so I'm like, it clicks into me almost immediately as soon as he asks me, "Oh shit, this is Stan Lee." I'm not a fan of like the Marvel at all, but like this is still something huge.
Mhm.
So I tell him, and then we have a very brief conversation, like basically, "Hey, how's it going? How's your shit going? Whatnot?" And then we kind of part ways. So that's like the most significant celebrity I've met. I've met, have pictures with, and have had a conversation with David Hasselhoff. David Yoss, the Blue Power Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So yeah,
And oh, there was another. Nope, that's it. That's all I can think of right now. But yeah,
yeah.
those,
No, when I met
those
Cindy,
three.
I had like a 20-minute conversation with
No,
Tom.
yeah.
Yeah. Syndicate's meant to be one of the best people to like actually
Yeah,
like
bro,
go up
mate,
to.
he's such a down to earth.
I know.
I
He
mean,
is,
I met
he's-
him. I met him a good few years ago. I met him at EGX,
He's still the same though.
like EGX 2015, I think. Yeah, it must have been EGX 2015, 2014, 2015 EGX.
But that's the thing. He's still.
So
the
I met him a
same.
good
See, he
7-8 years ago.
he just screams Tory. To me,
No, no,
What's that
no,
mean?
no, no,
Wait,
no.
what's that mean?
like he votes the Conservative Party.
I don't.
Like
He,
if,
Basically
he still
capitalism.
doesn't know what that means.
if there was a poor person in his
He hates poor
vicinity,
people.
he would probably be violently ill.
It's
Yes,
capitalism.
no. It
I
is the
disagree.
complete and opposite to
Nah,
that.
he cares about everyone, bro.
So here's
Trust
the
me,
thing,
Benny.
okay?
I had a 20-minute conversation with him. He is the absolute opposite from.
The one thing
Alligator
that
Tory.
Syndicate did right.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that Syndicate did right that
He's got
T
off.
Martin didn't do was he stayed quiet during the whole CS:GO
Yep.
Lotto shit. Because he was
Oh,
just
how
as
you
at
touch
fault.
that, bro?
He
Oh,
was
six
just
side.
as at fault as fucking T Mart was. They were equal partners in it. The only difference was T Mart kept talking about it and Syndicate just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I might be really, really wrong here, and I apologise if I am. And I don't even want to say it because it could land me in hot
Say it.
water.
I think you are right about what you're about to
Didn't-
ask, and yes.
Didn't he have a rape allegation?
He
Sexual
did.
assault allegation. Yes.
He did, but it turned out to be false. I think.
Yeah.
I believe.
It
How
never.
do we know it turned
No,
out
it
to be
never,
false?
it never surfaced.
It never went further than the allegation.
Allegation. So
But there was two people,
it's
no?
basically false.
Wasn't there a
One.
YouTuber
One.
and his ex?
No. So his
Yes.
ex-girlfriend was the one.
Kate.
Sorry, no.
Kate?
The YouTuber was the one. No, Kate.
It was Kate.
Those two broke up. Was it Kate? I don't
Yeah,
think
No,
it
there
was
was
Kate.
there was two. It was her and a YouTuber.
Yeah, it was Kate and a
Maybe.
YouTuber. I remember.
But we don't talk about that here, Vanny, because Syndicate's a good boy.
Yes. And like I said, allegation only. Nothing further came from that. So
No, dude. People can say shit about about whoever the fuck they want until there's proof laid down. Honestly, like this is gonna sound super mean and cynical, but at the rate at these bullshit sexual assault allegations,
Yeah.
I don't believe them until there's any proof.
Well,
Just
it
because
is
Not going to
innocent until
comment on
guilty.
that.
you don't have to. There are too many people out there trying to get a paycheck
yeah.
that it. And now I'm not saying if you are an abuse victim of sexual assault, please voice what happened to you. Tell someone. Like fuck it. Do what you got to do. But just
Teacher?
know.
Teacher, my man's up.
Log on.
Does that not invalidate your whole point of if you are thinking that they're just doing it for money? What if someone actually has been?
Voice your opinion.
Then they have the
But
proof.
But then what if they're in a position where they cannot necessarily prove it as such because, I don't know, in a spite of, miserable rage, they've deleted messages and so, but it genuinely happened. I understand that it can be applied to many things, right? But then with that logic, wouldn't you have just discredited the people that are genuinely going through it?
No, because I feel if you are smart and you know that this is sexual assault or any kind of assault, you keep that proof just because you need it to validate what you're saying. You do.
I don't think so, because there's
100%
a
you do.
thing as a relationship where you don't know that you're being sexually assaulted. It doesn't set in, and you just think it's normal until you have a conversation with someone and it's a bitter ex, so you've deleted texts.
I don't know, man. That's such a niche hypothetical.
Yes.
I wouldn't
I
say
think
it's a
that-
niche hypothetical. Many people across the world have a clean breakup and probably have been assaulted violently, sexually in some way. I don't think it's out there as a possibility. I think you'd be surprised how many people it does happen to.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
no, okay, you know what? You're probably right. It probably happens a lot more than I'm thinking. But you got to understand with the amount of people out there that are just trying, and plus I know people that have had this happen to them personally. I know of a guy who slept with a girl at a party. She was down at the party. She didn't it wasn't rape or anything. Next day, wakes up, regrets it, and remembers she has a boyfriend. Calls the police, says, "Hey, he raped me." Went and did the rape kit and everything. Like her shit wasn't torn up, but his cum was inside her. So, oh shit, my boy Joey went into prison for 8 years because of it. Meanwhile, it wasn't rape. It wasn't anything. It was two consensual adults, both a little inebriated from alcohol, but even still, she was down. She said yes. They did the deed. She wakes up in the morning and regrets it. You just ruin a
I-
man's
I
life over
I
some
do
bullshit
think
allegations.
stuff like that needs to be heavily looked into. I'm also a massive believer that if it's turned out to be false, you should get the same amount of time that he would have got.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do.
100%.
And it not just in the same way. If you are a male who have said that you've
Oh,
been
definitely.
raped by a female, it can happen.
Yes,
you
it
should
can,
you
but
should get the same
it
amount
never
of
really-
time as what she would have gotten.
100%.
I think it's horrible how a word
Yeah.
can ruin someone's. Many words can ruin people's lives, but like an actual falsification of an act can ruin someone's life. Stuff like that is like. Even
Yeah,
if you
no,
get,
he is a. My buddy Joey is now a registered sex offender for the rest of his life for
Okay,
having sex with a girl at a party.
right, I hate to bring this up, right, and don't take offense. Do you know 100% that he didn't?
100%.
Okay.
I was at that party.
Okay. Cool.
I've had a
That's fine.
similar experience, and I've lost like a shit ton of friends because of it. Like it was actually so.
I've known someone who's openly said to myself that they've slept with a mutual friend of ours. I was more friends with her than I was him, and I've been there at a conversation where she says it's fine, I can just say that he raped me,
What?
Yeah.
and I was like, no, like please don't. To the point where like I'll openly admit it, I recorded the conversation from then on.
Oh,
that I was
100%,
having with
yeah.
her, because I know for a fact she didn't, and she even said that he didn't, you know. So I've been that, but I also imagine that there's plenty of those conversations which have happened where they've gone, yeah, do it.
No,
It's it's crazy how stuff like that can ruin people's career. But I also agree with the fact that I don't want to bring it up, but Jack did the Mason Greenwood stuff.
Oh.
He
I
should
was worried
rot.
what you were gonna
He
say there.
should rot in hell.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah, 100%.
There's
I was
no
very,
other
I
way
was very
around it.
worried what you were going to say there.
he should rot in hell. The stuff that came out about him, the pictures, the videos, the voice notes that came about him, the cunt should die in jail, a slow and painful death.
And he's still getting paid,
And we're still paying him.
which that's ridiculous. But
My football club still pays him on a weekly basis, and he's not playing football, and he's still pending investigation. I know the whole guilty until investigated, but there's videos,
guilty.
Yeah.
there's
You mean
voice
innocent until
notes.
guilty.
The
Yeah,
videos
sorry,
are
yeah.
disgusting.
Innocent until proven guilty.
There's videos and there's pictures to a point where, okay, even if there is a dumb fuck out there who's gone, yeah, she could have faked that. No, she fucking couldn't have. Because
No, yeah.
like, I feel so bad for her because this was going on for ages and she didn't say anything. The only reason it got out was because her account got hacked and someone posted it for her. So the hacker posted it. She was quite happy never to have it
Yeah.
put out there.
Out there.
Yeah. She
That's
didn't want it
amazing.
out there, apparently. You know, but I would
But
like to
that's-
think that we should empower people to talk out rather than our first
That's
thing
the
be
whole-
you're lying, you know?
That was kind of like the whole Me Too movement, though, wasn't it?
They're very different because
Yeah.
that shit
Me Too was more so geared towards Hollywood.
that shit happens and will continue to happen, unfortunately. It's probably happening right now, which is the most important and unfortunate thing, you know? So stuff like that will never change, but we shouldn't, our straightaway mind shouldn't be, oh, she's lying. It should be, oh, well, let's treat her with the respect that she deserves. Let's try and stay impartial. Because you never know that- You never know if that. No, it's fine. If that's how you want to go about things, it's
Oh
perfectly
no,
fine.
I think I worded it improperly. So it's not that I don't believe people when they instantly say it. It's just that there is the skepticism in the back of my mind.
The one thing I
until
will
there
agree
is
with
some
you on,
proof.
and it's very sad that this is the world that we live in, but if you hate someone very much and they are more than likely of the opposite sex and you've had some romantic involvement with them, the easiest thing to say is that what's been discussed, you know? It's horrible. I don't know why it's all of a sudden a thing, but it happens. But then again, there's also cases where it really does happen and people get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You know?
right, boys. Let's move to a little more uplifting of a topic here. Eh? Let's sidestep the rape and move on to something a little more fun. More fun than rape.
What?
I
Okay.
know. I don't know if there's anything else out there, but we'll
What,
figure
more
it out.
fun?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. If you could revive one
Fucking
dead
hell.
musician and go and if you revive this musician, they get one concert, and no matter what, you're able to go see it. Who
Freddie
do you bring
Mercury.
back from the grave?
I don't
Bring
know. Let's
back
go with
Freddie?
dead
Yeah,
musicians.
Freddie Mercury.
It's a good one. It's a real good one. Mine's Chester Bennington.
Oh my,
Just
musicians are
because
still alive.
I was literally gonna go and see their One More Lights tour, but he killed himself before the Toronto date. I was actually going to go and see my favorite band of all time, but I didn't get the opportunity, so I'd like that paid back.
Yeah, all the eyes I
As
listened
much
to
as
were
I've
still
bashed
alive.
him, I would
Michael
probably
Jackson?
say Michael Jackson
Yeah.
because he is just an enigma.
His music
There's no
was
one
just
like him.
something different.
There'll never be anyone like him.
Yeah, his music was
Same with
just
Freddie Mercury.
incredible.
And Freddie Mercury. Yeah, if it honestly, it's a toss up between them two. I
Yeah.
would kill to have been at that Live Aid concert.
No, 100%.
Like I would have killed to have been
At
there.
least once a week, I listen to the 1985 Queen
it's-
Live Aid shit.
But then again, I also would have killed to probably been at the Super Bowl when Michael Jackson done it. You know,
Mm,
I would have liked to
I-
go to his This Is It tour,
You know what?
but
Another spanner. Elvis Presley.
I'm not
Actually,
a big
yeah.
Elvis fan.
I wasn't
I'm not
really
a
into
big
his
Elvis
music.
fan, but I'd like to listen
My
to
wife
it
loves
live.
him.
I would love to see him play live.
That's just a bit of.
I do love it. I do like a bit of Elvis. See, my music taste is fucking all over the place.
I don't.
Me
Yeah,
too.
mine's everywhere. I listen
Mine
to
goes from
everything.
Elvis to fucking Bullet for My Valentine.
Oh, no,
and everything in between.
It probably would be Michael Jackson or that or XXXTentacion because his concerts were just.
Mm.
I'd go to a Juice concert, but I don't know if that would be the one artist I'd bring back.
Yeah.
I don't think Juice WRLD is as revolutionary as like Linkin Park and so on.
No, yeah, exactly, right? It's just like I said. This is probably tying back into the beginning of the show where I've been on a huge Juice WRLD hit lately, kick lately. So I've been listening to, and I'm like, fuck, man, I really would have liked to have seen one of his shows.
I think that he.
You think we've discussed this before. You think his death made him a bigger
Yeah.
star than he would
He
have
probably
been?
yeah,
was
100%.
going to
100%.
be without him.
Yeah.
I
If he was
also
alive,
think
he'd
that
still be a big
it's the
star.
same for Lil Peep as well. I don't really think that he would have really,
It's blown up.
you know.
So
Although
I
no
feel
one
like
can
it's
look
the same
into
with
the future.
X.
Nah, X.
True.
No, X was.
No,
X was
no, not with
something
X.
different. X was something
Um,
different. X was already on a trajectory, and he was already.
He was already flying.
Yeah, it was a
Teacher,
joke.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I've never
Special
listened
ed
to
class.
I've never listened to them if they are a rapper. So this is gonna.
I
Meek
am.
Mill. Is Meek Mill, was he a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
still
then he got
alive.
put to jail, right?
Not that I know of.
No, Meek Mill never went to jail.
Free Meek? Are you sure?
Oh, he's out now. I think he did get put in jail. I'll check, but
I'm certain he was or is in jail. Do you
I
think
think he
that?
was.
Do you think that was similar to like a Juice World thing where him going to jail and not being able to produce music kind of made him bigger than what
Yeah.
he actually made his stardom bigger?
Yes. 100%.
And I'm assuming you guys probably feel the same way about like 6ix9ine then.
I think the only no, I
The
think the thing with 6ix9ine
6ix9ine, yeah.
is he
It
definitely
made him more known, 100%.
Yeah.
he definitely got more known, but I think that he had
But whether that be
A
a good more
whole-
known or a bad more known,
It's like
I think
No.
he's
he do-
incredibly stupid for not walking around with security, you know, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I
Yeah.
am I know it sounds bad,
he has a
but
death
I am
wish.
anticipating the day that I'll see on Twitter that he's been shot. Because it's going to happen. He is going to
yeah,
get killed.
He's going to die.
6ix9ine. He believes like all publicity is good publicity.
It's not the case.
Not the case, not anymore. Back in the day, that was a when
Back in
that
the
was
day,
an
yeah.
actual trope, that was a thing. But nowadays, no. I'm sorry, there is more than such thing as bad publicity. Dude, you could fart wrong and someone be offended, and you're canceled. Okay,
And
straight up.
I'll tell him to fucking grow up.
No, but that's how this world is.
I know.
nowadays. Here, this will kind of bring. This isn't on there again, Ben. Sorry. Do you
Sorry,
think
everyone
we'll
should have done-
ever? Do you think we'll ever reform back to
No.
what we used to be? Do you think we'll always be this? Everybody's super sensitive. Everybody's opinion matters. It does fuck fuck all your
Unfortunately.
like. No matter what, everybody's gonna be super sensitive to everything and opinionated on everything, and because of that, their opinions matter on everything.
I
Do you think
think
we'll
we,
ever go back?
I think
No,
Like
we
early
never
could,
go back.
2000s?
we could slightly go back. I believe, like, once like, I feel like because obviously I personally I don't have an issue with like trans people or anything, so I
No,
feel like
yeah.
once that
Certain
once
acceptance is fine.
once that acceptance starts happening, it's going to get a little less chaotic than it already is, in my opinion. Like when
I
the
don't think.
I seen a post on Facebook
I'm
today.
also of the same, cut from the same cloth. Like, I believe that you should be whatever you want to be,
exactly.
Yes,
long
but
as it's
I
not-
believe everyone's just too.
as long as it's not a case of you're physically harming people.
Yeah,
then it's
100%.
fine. But I do think as a world now, I don't want to use the word that we're getting too offended. I think it's just that I think now it's a bit trendy to be offended by certain things. You're not really offended by what the conversations is about. You're offended because you look to your left and there's someone who's been through that thing. You're offended? Oh, yes, so am I now.
Here, case in point.
It
Okay, I'm
doesn't
gonna
make
I'm gonna
that much
ask this
sense
as a
to me.
vague question here. Okay, you're sitting there with a black friend. Now you and
Right.
your black friend have an open agreement where you are able to use the N word around him, not the hard R, but the one that ends with an A, right? So
Yeah.
no, okay, I know you're gonna make the face, Benny, but I'm just saying. All right, this is how you two talk. You always, what up, my guy, and shit like that. You do it, right? What up, my ninja? Shit like that. Okay, you Gucci, and
I don't know where this is going.
everything's
Josh.
good. But then
like it.
a little white girl beside him hears you say that, and she gets offended on his behalf.
I think
While
it's.
he's
I think you've
Natural
picked.
selection.
I think you've picked. Before anyone else speaks, I'm doing damage control. I think that you've picked a very extreme
Yes.
circumstance, and I think you're aware of that,
I've
aren't
had it
you?
happen in my personal life.
aren't you?
Sure, yeah.
I personally think that you should not.
Don't take
wouldn't.
offense on other people's
I
behalf,
wouldn't,
simple as that.
but yeah, don't. I wouldn't really get. I wouldn't be in the position to where I think I'm ever would have had that situation. But on the other hand, I also don't think that you should get exactly what Jack said. If the person that's had the conversation with someone isn't offended and they're happy, why are you, getting offended on their behalf? You're not in
Why are
the
you getting
fucking
involved?
conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stop being a
Sit down
fucking-
and eat your
I was
fucking
gonna say something
oatmeal.
bad then.
Yes, Carl, you may speak.
Fucking eat your skills.
Sit down and shut your
So-
cock holster.
So in this situation, I wouldn't necessarily use it in public. I'd do it like when I'm at like his house, a friend's house. And
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought you... Fucking...
Thought we were going
Shush.
somewhere else, going back to the good old days.
Oh my god.
yeah, so like, I would use it in like private close quarters where it wouldn't be an issue.
Okay, yeah, you're not wrong.
But it's a very extreme circumstance, and we all it's very extreme
would do it
Very
circumstance.
extreme
personally.
circumstance and
Very
you
niche
should never use it
circumstance.
anyway.
Yes,
I
definitely.
would just use my guy instead. Like
Oh, yeah,
that's what I would
exactly.
Or
do.
just
I'm
use
just-
fucking bro.
Oh, bro, that's true.
I
My
don't-
guy,
I-
bro.
I
is fine.
I'm
think-
just saying. I'm just
No,
saying.
I know.
I do get where you're coming from.
I
think
understand.
I think it's a very extreme circumstance, and
It is very true.
but it is very, unfortunately, there is stuff I imagine that does happen, and I imagine that people are quick to be offended because other people are.
I'm not
as
going
I
to say
said, I mean,
I have been in
In that
not saying,
situation.
let's move
but
on
I've
before we
witnessed
say anything.
situations similar to that.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
let's move on.
like
I
I said,
also think that
don't get
it's-
offended on other people's
Yeah,
behalf.
you shouldn't.
You
I do think that you should,
So-
before you are capable of being offended on it.
Fucking
I'm not gonna lie
yogurt.
to you. I don't think I've been offended about anything that
I have
anyone's
never
said
ever been
about me.
offended.
Yeah, I don't think I've literally ever.
I
been
do
offended.
not care. The realist end of it is you're gonna go home. So
Everyone
am
is
I.
just a bunch of fucking.
Doesn't matter. I also
Pussy.
I've
agree.
seen
I
a-
also agree with the fact that there are things nowadays which, culturally, that we've moved forward from and realise that they're not acceptable
Oh,
to
of
say.
course.
But I've seen a post on Facebook, and it is so accurate. How the fuck did we become a generation of pussies when we were raised on Family Guy and Call of Duty lobbies?
Yeah. It's because it's not. It's because it's the new generation that are a bunch of pussies.
That's why I don't think we'll
Really?
ever
Yeah.
go back, because you're gonna have the new generation, presumably, intertwining and making the newer generation, and the sins of the father weigh heavy on the son, or the sins of the mother weigh heavy on the daughter, or they them. I'm being inclusive. I've got the badge. I
Show the
also
badge.
it's just there, mate. I also think that that's probably one of the reasons is why we'll never truly eliminate racism.
Oh, no,
Racism will
Yeah,
Because
always
no, I
exist.
don't
there
think
is-
It's never
racism will
gonna
ever
go
go
away.
away.
There is people who are racist and think it's
Mhm.
acceptable.
Yeah.
And then the children are going to grow up thinking that's acceptable. That's a different conversation for a different day. But to answer your question, no, I don't think we'll ever go back to a point where we just don't get offended by stuff. Because once you've
But there will
given,
be times where people do get offended.
no, I don't think there will. I think now that you've given people the
The power.
power, it's very hard to take it away.
No, yeah, 100%.
And I think with the introduction of all these social medias, it's only going to get worse. But I also think that you should be aware, as to some degree, it's all right you saying, "Oh, I don't give a fuck about other people, what they think about me." To some degree, you kind of have to, because I'm sure that
yeah.
you wouldn't on purpose want to truly offend someone
Yeah.
No.
unless you really fucking despise them.
hate them.
But
100%.
even
That's the
then,
only
you'd
time.
know which the low hanging fruits you grab for, no?
No, of course, right?
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah. How often do you guys play music in your head without like earbuds or anything? Like you just hear music playing.
All,
in your head?
all
all
the
day,
time.
every day.
All the time.
genuinely
Yeah, I
all
was
the time.
gonna say,
Bro, my
it's-
ADHD doesn't stop.
Whenever,
Right?
so for me, I possibly might be autistic. I need to get tested.
No, you don't. You are.
Yeah,
But-
we all
but-
are here, dude.
We,
But-
we
but-
literally all are. We are
Yeah.
all some sort. I mean, I am 100%. I've been tested. I am.
I
little
I
bit.
need to get tested.
No, you
but,
don't. Trust me. You're fine. You are.
I am. Okay.
You don't need to confirm it. Trust me. I know.
Okay. But like, so I have.
You probably have the
so-
same thing as me.
So whenever I wake up, sometimes I have to have like a song playing in my head to get me in a certain mood. So, and that changes every single fucking day. It's so inconsistent. It's why there's like 5 different genres on my playlist.
No,
No,
it's not even that. There is multiple other things that I can tell
yeah.
you are.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
probably
know.
have the same thing as me, but you're probably the same type as me as well.
Well, what
I
type are you?
have
Like a
I
very
have
low-
Asperger's, but on,
Yeah.
on the very low end of the spectrum.
I think I have like a mild version.
Yeah, like, I have it on the very low
I know
end of
I have
the
more than you.
Asperger's section. So
Like you've not really put any much like upgrade points into it, so you've not like
No, that's
upped the
true.
I've
skill.
done. I
I
got
haven't
curious.
leveled up my Asperger's.
No, you need to like put
Yeah, I
points.
What
love
is, what is this fucking
Asperger's.
Fallout 4?
But yeah. So
I
No,
don't
trust
really.
me, you
No, I
Venny,
can't.
you definitely do.
I can't. I've probably got a new fucking brand of
HIV.
deficiency or
Autism?
something. Not deficiency. That's a very rude word to say. I apologise. Don't want to offend anyone.
Shut
You
up.
got
True.
a new model of the
I
tism.
think I probably more than likely would have something which is undiscovered, and when I die, they'll do experiments on me and realise that, okay, no, he was a very
Oh shit,
chaotic
he was
individual.
the most beta male to ever live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I have music playing 24/7. I actually have
It's
the
either
Benny
I have
Hill
music
theme
or
song
voices.
over every single time that you talk specifically, Josh, in my head at all times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You
With
know, it's
anytime I
either-
hear Venny talk, I hear the ice cream truck.
Mm-hmm. See, we've got our own music tracks. See? But no, I find it very, very, very incredibly hard to switch the mind. off.
Mine's always working. Like even when I go to bed, I have to be like on the verge of passing out for me to sleep. It's ridiculous.
That's why this is what I use to
Yeah.
actually like simmer my brain down. Because, well, honestly, and this might seem like some bullshit or whatever. In all honest, my brain is constantly going. I'm either thinking of bullshit I did at 12 or bullshit I've done now. I'm
Yeah.
constantly in self doubt. And if not self doubt, I'm like ideas constantly going. Hey, maybe I should look into this. Maybe I can maybe turn that into something. Look into this, do that. Like it's constantly just boom, boom, boom. And in the background, music constantly going. So the weed kind of just like puts everything on low. So that way, if I need to focus on one thing, I'm able to.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that luxury in the UK, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Yeah, we do. We
will
do.
do at some
But you
point.
could get in trouble for it.
Very big trouble.
I'm also, the longer it goes on,
I
to
want it
sort
to
of
fucking become legal.
segue off for very, very short amount of time. The more it goes on that we don't have it legal, the less I have faith that it will be.
Yeah.
No,
Because I
it's-
think that
they're planning
we've,
to make it legal soon.
I think that we've probably missed an opportunity for it to be.
Nah,
I
bro, are
think
you mad?
the
This is the best
opportunity-
opportunity too.
No. I don't disagree with the fact that this is the best opportunity. I think a better opportunity would have probably been when, I don't know, they were throwing people in jail for really insignificant amounts that literally wouldn't do anything to people. That would have been a perfect time to legalise it. Now that people are in jail and done time and can't get a job because they've got a fucking criminal record because of a fucking pound, not it's a metric system in different countries, but like an insignificant amount of weed, they've got a
It'd
criminal.
still be ounces.
They've still got an insignificant
Well, actually, no,
amount.
it'd be grams.
They've
Sorry.
still got a very insignificant amount, and it's just a fucking plant.
Don't ask how I know that.
And you're in jail for it, and you can't get a fucking job. Congratulations, your life's ruined for literally something that should be legal anyway, because it came out the fucking earth. It's not like you fucking getting cocoa plants and fucking putting chemicals in it and sniffing up your fucking nose.
Putting cement powder
And I don't understand if it's.
and
Then I don't
gasoline
understand you
over it.
being fucking arrested for it.
and sulfuric acid.
The police
That's
here
how
are pretty chill
cocaine's
about
made.
it. Apparently, they just tell you to put it out. They don't actually like
Yeah.
arrest you or anything.
It depends. It depends if it's depends on how much you have.
I like to think it will be legal because I think as an economy it can help us very, very well.
Especially with the that's the thing that makes me believe that it will become legal.
And there's a lot of
Is because
there's
of
a
how
lot
much
of
it would help the
people.
economy because they would tax it like fuck. They would
There's a
tax
lot
it
of
20%.
people who have
Yeah, I'll
tried
be
it.
so taxed.
So it
There's
would
a lot
reset
of
our economy.
There's a lot of people who have tried it illegally and found that it's a perfect thing for them. It's not for everyone, much like
Yeah.
everything isn't for everyone. It's not for everyone.
And there's certain things in animals that it actually helps as well. Like I remember seeing a thing about a dog or something having some sort of thing that makes him shake 24/7, and they gave him like I can't remember what it was. I think it was either CBD or it was one of them, and he stopped straight away.
The
And
guy-
people with what's the fucking shaking thing?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
The
People
video I
with
was about to go
Parkinson's,
on about that.
they're fucking going nuts. They smoke a bit of weed and the
No,
Parkinson's
that
is
was
virtually gone.
CBD, not weed.
Isn't
Yeah,
CBD
CBD is
in weed?
different. Well, yes and no. So
There's a guy that actually
CBD.
smoked marijuana.
So the way CBD works, right? So CBD is a compound in weed. It's also found in hemp. So that's how you get certain kinds of weed that are just CBD based. So CBD is meant to relax you, calm your mind, basically do all the effects of weed without feeling high.
Yeah.
So what you need is THC 9 or Delta 9, sorry. Delta 9 is the compound that makes THC, which makes you high. So in most places, CBD is legal. Like you can buy CBD pills for your dogs. Yeah, exactly. And shit like that. Yeah.
It is here, but you can't get a certain amount of milligrams in it. It's got to be with
But
someone
no,
else.
this guy with the Parkinson's, he didn't even have. He smoked weed. He
did
smoked
smoke
weed.
Well,
then
And
that's
his
different
Parkinson's virtually disappeared. I
And
know
his
which one
speech
you're on
got-
about.
Yeah,
I
his
know
speech
which one
got
you're on.
stronger.
You know, he literally smoked a joint and that was it. His Parkinson's was virtually gone.
And it was all about how his vocals felt more powerful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing, right? Weed specifically
I'm
is
hoping it becomes
people.
legal here like it is in Canada, where you can get the gun. 'Cause
Sorry, say that again. Your mic kind of
I'm
cut out.
hoping it becomes legal here like it is in Canada, where you can get like different types.
No,
Mhm.
you'd want it legal like it is in Amsterdam. Then if you want different types,
No, like when I mean different types, I mean like you can get it. Like Josh gets it. You can get gummies. Like Ali gets it.
like in Amsterdam, then because it's literally go to your fucking shop and it's there.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
it is in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, I don't know then.
They literally, I'm
just
pretty certain in
prefer the
Canada they
luxury of
literally
it.
have weed shops, don't they?
Oh, 100%. There's one
Yeah.
down the road from my house. I'm just too
Yeah.
lazy. And plus, if you go to the weed shops, there's hypothetically, if you were to go to a weed shop, you will have to pay taxes on that, which makes your weed significantly more expensive, and it's not as good. Not the quality isn't as good. Some say. Now, if you order from delivery services, which may or may not be illegal, they tend to not charge taxes. They tend to only deal in cash to avoid taxes, and their bud tends to be better quality, and you get more bang for your buck. Hypothetically speaking, if you were to text one of these mobile delivery services and they were to show up at your door, you get more for your dollar than you would going to the legal dispensaries here.
I think that part we're past the
Hypothetically.
hypothetically because you've literally said throughout the whole podcast that you've got a drug dealer coming to your house, Josh.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, in a game, in GTA.
Yeah, this is all in Minecraft, bro.
But no,
I'm a part of the old dead woodycraft.net server where you can grow weed and shit.
I do hope that it's fucking legal soon.
Yeah, no, 100%. If it does become legal, I will be doing 100%.
I'm surprised that it hasn't been legal for you guys yet, considering like how you guys seen how much money we've made from it.
The only reason why it's not
literally within the first month of it being legal, we made $1 billion in tax revenue.
I think the only reason why it's not is because if they were to make it legal here, they would have to admit that the people that they've thrown in jail for the charges just should
Yeah.
never have happened, and that would be
You
a
just
whole.
expunge the records.
But that
That's
would
what
be
we've done.
you don't understand over here. It's an ego
So
thing, mate.
much.
It's an ego thing.
British people
The
hate to be
government
wrong.
really haven't admitted the fact that they're wrong for Grenfell yet, if we're being honest,
That's true.
which they are.
It's wrong about
Different
everything so
story,
far.
different day.
Let's not touch on that.
Different story, different day. That'll be a very, very different thing. Very,
But
very
like
hard
the
thing.
other cool thing with weed is like once you legalize it, you will see other numbers start to drop drastically. Like our DUI numbers instantly plummeted because people aren't drinking as much anymore because they'd rather get high than drink. Why? Because you don't get a fucking shitty ass hangover from smoking like
True.
you do when you
I-
fucking drink.
I think.
So that's just the matter of the facts, boys. Like it is super benefit. Now here's the thing, okay? I don't want to be the guy that's like, okay, marijuana is the miracle drug. It's not. Okay?
Yeah, it's far from it.
It-
Nothing's a miracle
it's
drug.
not
It can
necessarily.
be for some people.
It can be for some people, depending on what you have it for. Like you're using it for, right? And now that's the other thing. Is now weed isn't addictive, but
No.
you can be addicted to the feeling of being high.
Yeah.
Where if you're not high, you just kind of don't feel yourself. I was there at one point, not so much anymore. But at one point, like a year or two ago, I smoked so much weed all day, every day. I know you guys think I smoke a lot of weed now. These numbers are baby numbers compared to
Rookie.
what I was smoking. And I had to give myself like a month detox. I'm like, hey, listen, for at least a month, I'm not gonna do anything. And I didn't. And it worked out. Like it was great because I was able to get high again instead of just like kind of buzzing. But then I also realized I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not a dependency thing. It's just something that I enjoy. And
Yeah.
being able to have that conversation with myself and reflect on like this information to myself has helped me in my weed consumption now. Because now I know that it's it doesn't have control of me. And I know it sounds stupid because you're just like, Josh, you only took a month off. I'm like, yeah, but I took that month off willingly with no issues whatsoever. Completely functionally fine. The only issue is I had a little bit of a harder time getting to sleep because the brain wouldn't shut up. But other than that, it's not like weed diminished me in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it enhanced certain aspects of my life because, like, now I'm
Yeah.
able to tolerate fucks like Venny and sit here and talk to him for a couple hours to record a podcast.
Somehow. I don't know how you do it.
It's the miracle of weed.
Maybe it is a miracle drug then. But no,
See,
I long for the
I'd
day
use
that
it to
it's.
get to sleep easier and sleep better.
Yeah, I can't. I have a really bad relationship with sleep, and I'll openly admit
Me
it.
too.
But
I am always doing all-nighters. Sometimes I just don't sleep, and it's ridiculous. I just can't sleep at all.
We need a couple puffs off of Josh's magic cigarette, and you'll go right the fuck out.
I just hope. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then even if
What
it
type of
is,
cigarette, Josh?
it's not even
I
a
mean, I could be
case.
talking about my pole or a joint. That's for you to decide. It's open
not-
for interpretation.
It's not even
I
a
mean, I
case
prefer the
if
first one, but
it's not even that's. It's not even a case if it becomes legal. It'll just be a massive inconvenience because workplaces just won't switch. Like I can already tell, I can already like make probably per public knowledge that majority of workplaces that do the same things that I do won't even tolerate you being. You get drug tested every single day when you walk in and leave the office.
So there are places like
Hypothetically.
that here too. But now you can't be high at work. Like all
No.
the same laws and everything.
No, but it stays in
that-
your system for up to 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so yes and no. It sits in your fat cells. So the bigger,
So
like,
it's
if
stuck
you're a
in mine for
heavier
2
person,
years.
yeah. So if you're a bigger person, Benny, it'd be your entire life. You take one hit off a joint, they'll be able to know you smoked weed your entire life. But yeah, so weed, when it's on a molecular level, sticks to fat cells, and so that's one of the issues, right? So like, if you're a bigger person, sometimes it takes a little more for you to get high, and because of that, it takes more to get high, so it's more in your fat cells. So they do blood tests and shit like that. It's still in your system. But there are ways to get around that.
I mean, even then, I
Um,
suppose that you could just refuse, but then again, it's admittance that you've done something you're not supposed to do, right? If you straight up refuse.
no. See, I feel like if they did make it legal, they'd make it so you're not allowed to be high at work or use it during work hours. If you use it outside of work hours, that's it. There's
But
nothing more I can do.
do
about
you
it.
think it would be legal, for example, legal on a Monday, and that happened on the Monday? I don't think it would do. I think it would
What do
take
you
a
mean?
good couple. I don't think that transition to let everyone figure out would happen as soon as it's legalized. I think it'll take a year, maybe 2, because you would
no, we've done all
because
the groundwork.
okay, that's fair enough. But as I've just said, it's an ego thing. We don't care if you fucking invented the next thing that can cure poverty. We won't fucking do it because we haven't done it ourselves. Cure poverty. It's not a fucking disease. I'm very sorry. That could end poverty. We haven't made it, so we won't use it.
No,
It's
I'm
like an
just
admittance
saying,
thing,
though, we've
but I know what
done
you mean. I
all-
do know what you mean, but I think we'd have to spend a lot
So with that
more time
same
on it.
logic that you're saying, you guys don't use breathalyzers when you pull people over for DUIs
Yeah.
because you didn't make them. You use
No,
those.
we challenged them to a sword fight, and in the honor of the Queen. And if they fail it,
The-
they're more than likely under the influence. No, we do. I know where you're coming from, but
Because that's what I'm saying. We've done all this groundwork, right? Like us here specifically in Canada, since it became nationwide legalization.
I don't think I think we'll do it our own way, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make it so it's only accessible in a certain part of the country. I wouldn't be surprised if
No.
it's
That's
only
also
accessible
possible.
in London, to be brutally honest with you.
They do things like that here in Canada too. Like I said before, Ontario has like the chillest weed laws. If you go to somewhere like Nova Scotia or I'm pretty sure BC, their weed laws are a lot stricter. You're only allowed to smoke on your property. Like you can't go to a friend's house and smoke. You can't be walking down the street smoking. all of your weed can only be purchased from government ran facilities that are attached to their liquor stores. And that is the only way you can do these things. Meanwhile, here, if I wanted to, I could take my dog for a walk with a joint in mouth, walk right past the cop can't say anything. If I was in Nova Scotia and I did that exact same thing, I'd still get a ticket.
The one thing that is a bit nice to see is, again, not from personal knowledge, but it seems like the police are a very, I don't know, not
A
as
little more chill.
Yeah, they've been a lot
Yeah.
more chill recently.
not as anal about it as they were. Because at
think
one
they're finally
at one
understanding.
point they was treating it like it was fucking black tar heroin.
Yeah.
What is your guys' opinions on cops?
Um,
Genuine opinions.
I think it's very much as my opinions on
It
people.
varies cop to cop.
What
It varies,
happens when
definitely.
you put people who have different personality traits in a position of power and authority? You're going to get people who are really good at it and follow the rules and are exceptional. You're going to get people who flex it as, you know,
Power trip.
a power trip, and it'll go to their head and be shitty. I think that there's more people like that they look out for. But then again, I also am a massive believer in there's no good politician, because it's whatever lie you like the sound of the most.
Mm-hmm.
But is it the case of whichever way that they put you in handcuffs you enjoying the most? You know?
Depends what type of handcuff.
Exactly. But no, I think it's very much the same.
Furry?
I think it's very much, and pink. I think it's very much the same as down the
Fluffy pink
middle
ones?
with people. There's good people and there's bad people. There's good cops and
Yeah.
there's bad cops. There's the one thing that only is bad is politicians.
Yeah. I mean, the politicians in our country are just a mess because they can never get anything. They're always in disagreement. Like, there'll be a really good idea, but there'll be people who are like, I'm just going to be an absolute cunt and go, no.
I don't want to get into it because I feel like it could probably be a whole podcast itself, but we are in the
Yeah.
shit at
We
the
are in
moment.
so much
like,
shit right now. It's to the point where I'm
it's
considering leaving the country.
a joke with the
Dude,
amount
that
of
might
thing.
be a podcast you should do while I'm not.
Let's go
here.
Canada, bro.
I know
Fuck it.
dick about
Huh?
your guys'. I know dick about politics at all. I don't follow it at all.
Mate,
I
same.
just care about what's going on in my world with
I
my group of
wish
people, and
that
is
was the
it.
case, but it's impossible not to follow politics here. It's
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, what are you on
impossible.
about? I don't follow it.
Well, you know that Boris had to resign, right? Because that was public
Yeah.
knowledge. But you wouldn't know about the fact that there's millions of homeless people who die every year because you can't afford to house them. You'd
No.
know that Boris had a party at number 10 when people were dying. You
You
wouldn't
don't know that
that.
they're rewriting the human illustration.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know that they're changing laws that literally were made to free us. They're meant to put more padlocks on us now. It's just ridiculous. The whole
They,
policy system here is a fucking
mess.
joke.
Britain is now the laughing
Let's
stock
go
of
to
the world.
Canada.
Ridiculous, dude. Like,
We just
Come
leave it
on,
there.
come on down.
it tires me. And
You're
I'll
pretty
go on-
much
British.
citizens already.
I'll go on a bit of
You
my
guys are
own
British. You're
fucking.
pretty much citizens.
I'll go on my own fucking rant as Josh did. It fucking tires me that as a country, it's become the norm that whatever politicians in power, we have to let them off for fucking up. No.
Yep.
Why should we?
It's
They are
really
given
annoyed me.
they are given a position to look after the whole structure and integrity of a country and make sure that country can survive and prosper for the next term they're in presidency ministry for. Why is it acceptable that we just go, oh, Boris Johnson's had a party when millions across the country was dying and couldn't see their dying grandparents in hospital? Good old Boris. He always
No.
does this stuff. Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
No.
You know how we've had like a lot of like people migrate over to our country? They're rewriting the human legislation so they will have less rights if they get like, so let's say they get caught littering and they get fined for that. That's some of their rights gone.
I think it's mind blowing that the very same structure of the world where you was told
It was the best.
if there is someone in hospital who has COVID, they don't care if they are your conjoined twin. You're not allowed to see them. You know? But there was Boris Johnson having a party, literally celebrating the death of millions in his country. You know?
I just can't
And it
take
was
it.
very much like... But he's got a funny haircut, so, you know, we'll let him off. Good old
Yeah.
Boris. You know, he doesn't own a comb in his house. You know, we'll let him off, you know. There's a horrible joke around the country, but he's very funny the way he talks. And we just let him off. It infuriates me that we've somehow allowed that to be acceptable. I
Yeah,
think
it's
that
just
the
dumb.
majority of modern problems that are wrong with the United Kingdom start with one person and one person only, and that's the person in power. Couldn't care if it was Nigel Farage, couldn't care if it was fucking Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad in charge. There is no good politician. Simple. The good
Yeah.
politician will be someone who says what they, does what they say,
Winston
I
Churchill.
mean what they say.
it means what they say, and goes in with the mind of wanting to help people, not just a
Winston
specific
Churchill,
group of people
like-
that they. Winston Churchill isn't a
the
shining
best,
example.
But he did.
He said and done some horrible fucking things, and the shit he was saying about minorities was fucking horrible, and it was just
But-
accepted because, you know what, he might just win us a war. Reality of it is, if we're being brutally honest, did he?
No, it
I
was
didn't
the
think
British
he
people
had
that
that
won the
much of
war.
a plan into it. I think it was working class men and women and children at that point who was on the front lines and actually doing it. That's
Yeah.
why I will argue on this hill, and I would love to have a podcast where it's just me and someone who is an ex-army militant, and I want to talk to them and just be like, why? Why why have you, or why did you feel the sense that you should go out and risk your life for this country, where you would come back and not have a house?
Yeah.
There's ex-military people who come back and are living on the streets, and they've just been to war to protect the country. You may talk, Josh.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. Have any of you ever thought about joining the military?
No.
No.
No, not one.
I
because of
think
how
Really?
they
I
live.
think
No, I
no,
did.
I think it is the most selfish thing you can possibly do. And I'll tell
Like,
you
does-
why.
Where it leaves you off,
I'll
it's just not
tell
worth
I'll
it.
tell you
Really?
I'll tell you exactly why, right?
I'm interested.
If you are in a position like me who doesn't hate the country you live in, I'm not willing to risk my life for the country that I live in. I'm not willing to risk my life for the Queen. I'll be brutally honest with you. You want to deport me
Yeah.
now? Sure. I'm not willing to
I'm with
do
you on
that.
that. I'm not gonna.
It's the people that are, you know, it's becoming widely accepted that you go to war, you probably don't come back. Okay. In that meantime that you're fighting a war, which we got ourselves involved in the first place, your wife has got severely ill. Okay? Her dying wish was to see you alive. Okay? To be by her side when she passes away. You can't do that because you're fighting in a war that people that have no care about you got themselves into, and they make you fight for it. Your son's been born. Happiest day in anyone's life. Son, daughter, anyone. Happiest day in your entire life. You're going to miss it shooting people who are the exact person as yourself. They don't know dick about what's going on. They're fighting for a war they don't really know what's going on. The idea of terrorism is something which can be applied to anyone and everyone, because I think terrorism starts with brainwashing, and brainwashing is something which happens all the fucking time in military things. Why do you think we don't have army commercials after 9 p.m. here? Because they banned it, because there was literally army commercials saying, oh, fuck yeah, dude. You go in the shadow of night. You'll go up behind a fucking horrible terrorist and fucking silent kill him. No, what it is you'll go into the scorching hot desert with artillery shooting over you, carrying a child who has just lost their parents and is currently bleeding out on the back of you to somewhere where she can die peacefully. I think being in the military is probably one of the most selfish things you can do. Because not
It's
only
just-
not only are you willing to die for something that, if truth comes to power, you're not really understanding about, okay? You're letting someone make a decision on your behalf, which is something that is just not acceptable in everyday life, really. And the fact that you're willing to die for a country that has literally saw a massive skyscraper on fire and have not rehomed any of them. Grenfell, Jack, you're looking confused.
No, you went robotic for a minute.
And have seen people that go to war and come back and they don't have a home anymore because they left their family in financial debt to go and fight in a fucking war that our stupid fucking overseers got themselves in and couldn't get themselves out of. So now we have to fight it. Rant over.
See,
Yeah.
now this is why I don't necessarily agree with everything you said.
Mhm.
Now at one point I did consider joining the military. I really wanted to. Just because I didn't know what direction I wanted to take my life. So I was like, I love Canadian. I love being a Canadian. I'm patriotic as fuck. I would like to defend my country and be available if push comes to shove and I needed to. Cause yet again, kind of tying back to the 9/11 thing, I actually witnessed it. Like I was there, present for all of the aftermath of that and everything. That shit didn't just happen to the States. That shit transcended. Okay. And I'm like, I need to be ready to defend my country and my people when time comes. So I really did want to join the military. Now, mind you, I never ended up doing it. But excuse me. I don't think you're at least here, the military kind of sets you up a lot sets you up pretty okay. And now I know there are cases where we do have military veterans that their pensions are ran out or they're on the street homeless because they refuse to take the medication solving their PTSD and shit like that. But I don't think that that is as common as you would like to like to believe. Also, without all of them, like it seems as if like you're just like, no, these guys are nunces that have no self-respect, so they're just joining the military. I have the utmost respect for our veterans. I do not care what anybody says. If it wasn't for them, we would not be living in this free earth that our free country that we live in now. Straight up. So anytime I see a veteran, I always thank them for their service. I always sit down and have a quick chat with them and shit like that. Just because I don't know if it's my upbringing versus yours or whatnot, but I was instilled with when you see someone that is wearing stripes, who has medals, all of these things, you know that they've served for you, for your country, and they deserve some appreciation.
That's fair enough. For the record, the whole not respecting veterans, I respect veterans on the basis of that they're incredibly brave.
Yeah.
I respect them on the basis of that at the time they were willing to risk their life for the safety of mine. But in the long scheme of things, if I had a son or a daughter who wanted to join the military, I would do my utmost to convince them not to do it, because you are ultimately fighting for a decision which will be made whether you come back from the war dead or alive. It does not matter. Okay, you're fighting in a war which the people who are way, 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 way above us have gotten themselves into, and they couldn't get themselves out again with words, you know what I mean? And now it's on you, people like you and me, to get them out. When, if you look at the state of how the country's being run at the moment, I think people in Britain are willing to forget, which I never will let people forget, Boris Johnson was perfectly fine with selling the NHS.
Yep. I don't get why. The
He
NHS is one of our most valuable
he
things.
wanted to sell our free national health care to America, right?
Yep.
When the coronavirus pandemic was heating up. The one thing that we fought so hard for, the NHS, he wanted to sell.
Yep.
Where we'd have to pay a shit ton of money
With
just
that
to even
logic,
get an
Josh,
ambulance.
to flip it back on yourself, if you was in the United Kingdom, okay, you went to war, your leg got blown off,
Mhm.
you needed aftercare for it, right?
Mhm.
Pass us the money then. Pass us your mortgage for us to look at the leg. Oh, you've been to war, have you? Oh,
Money, please.
so
See, now I think you're looking.
that's a case for us. If the NHS was sold when it was, it's a very extreme circumstance. I'm aware because it does happen. I know there's veteran discounts in the US, for example. I know that.
I was about to say, like, we have so many
I know.
things that set veterans up
But here,
specifically for success.
The fact that you are fighting ultimately for the person in power, you are fighting for someone that was quite willingly open to sell the most valuable resource that we have as a country. And the only reason that we survived the coronavirus pandemic and not completely eradicated as a country was because of the NHS. As much as you sit here and bash them, much as you moan about fucking hospital wait times,
We have one of the best healthcare systems in the world.
there
Like,
is
there's
no one
without.
better as a collective of people who would have saved us more than the doctors and nurses who was working over the course of the pandemic. And that's why it infuriates me so much that we have someone in power who knew that factor and threw a party to pretty much celebrate the fact that people were dying, to celebrate that nurses were, so tired and burnt out that they were forgetting to sleep. Yep. Celebrating the fact that nurses had to wear protective gear from head to toe, that the rings of the mask was permanently imprinted on their face. And you're in your little cozy fucking room with a bunch of your Tory bastard friends celebrating the fact that people are dying.
I don't know. I'm not there. I can't.
It's different. It's different upbringings. If I was brought up in a very militaristic family, I'm sure I'd have a different outlook on it.
My family isn't military based.
If I was brought up in a different country like yours, maybe if I agreed with the way the country's being run, I would have 99% sure I have a different outlook on it. But at the moment, on this time of morning, on Sunday morning, 1:24 in the morning, I don't think...
Yeah, we should wrap this.
Is it 1:24?
Yeah, it's 1:24. Yeah. I don't think that...
Oh, shit, it is.
That you really have much you can be proud of as a United Kingdom citizen. I'm perfectly fine to continue going.
I'm fine to keep going.
I'm alright.
I do need... I will have to
match
play...
on my second monitor. So.
I will have to be playing a game though, because I am zoning out.
Yeah, I've got a football match on my second monitor, so
luckily,
I can carry on going.
Luckily, with this game, I'm able to just concentrate to voices.
But yeah, that's my very drawn out.
I will not be able to continue for much longer.
Okay, we'll keep it going until you have to go.
We'll wrap it up until
when you have to go.
Another subject, topic.
I don't have any more.
You know something I really wanted to do when I was like really young, like 7 or 8. I really wanted to be a.
You cut out.
You cut out.
I think I see him say police officer.
Yeah, I said police officer.
Yeah.
So I wanted to really be a police officer, and now it is. I'm really tempted to just. I want to become like a detective in like, either like cyber attacks or just in general, because it's not like an appeal, but it just kind of suits the way I think in a sense.
I don't know. Yeah, as a kid,
Hmm.
I never wanted to be a cop. I've never liked cops.
Have you guys ever read fucking university confessions on Twitter?
Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
Mate,
No.
mate, ACS confessions is fucking so funny.
What is this?
So basically, it's a Twitter thing. People that went to university, if they have like mad stories and stuff, they will send them to this Twitter, and this Twitter will post them, and it will say the uni, but it won't. Like it's a
It won't specify who.
yeah. And fuck me, some of the shit that gets posted is mad. Here we go. Me and a girl done anal. No, me and my girl done anal for the first time. When I went to eat her out, she shat on my face. Nottingham Trent Uni.
Oh my
course
god,
it's
that was
someone
in
in
Nottingham
Nottingham, mate.
Trent. That's the uni I'm looking to go to.
Of course it is. Bet you fucking frothing at the mouth to go there now after shit face. That's kink shaming. I'm very sorry.
Sorry, I don't want
Fine.
to be
My
shot.
kink shaming. My kink is kink shaming, dude.
That's my kink.
Bro.
Well, continue, dude. You can't just read one and be like, ah.
One time this guy asked me to ask him math problems during sex. He did them mentally. It kind of turned me on though. London
That's
Met
kind
Uni.
of sick.
Jesus Christ.
I've been sexually harassed by my friend, and I don't know why I have a feeling I'm still wanting to fuck him.
Oh God.
Essex Uni, of course it's Essex.
Fucking Essex is weird.
I can't stop cheating on my girl. I love her, but I can't stop. Why is this Bristol Uni? Okay.
Oh,
Bristol.
fucking Bristol.
Yeah, big up
Why?
Bristol.
Is his girlfriend a fucking sheep or something? Or his mum?
Bristol, Chavy.
Fucking inbred bastard.
Hey up, Chavy.
But yeah, we've been going for 2 hours
Boys,
and
hold on,
11
hold on.
minutes.
Wait,
Hold on.
just
Yes, my young
We
fella.
got the bag.
Oh shit,
Oh,
unboxing.
shit, that was
Fuck
fast.
yeah.
I'll full screen your camera, mate, so we can all fucking see.
I'll turn the blur off.
That
What-
was fast.
What the perfectly legal bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it?
Oh my god, that's so much.
Where's the free moon rock you got, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Huh.
I'm gonna say, you've been scammed.
So,
They sent you that over just now. That's kind of fast. Is that what you ordered?
yeah. So this is my moon wrath.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And then
Where's your free
It's-
out?
Just to clarify, he is in
here
Canada.
is 2 ounces of Girl Scout cookie.
Oh my god.
To prove it's 2 ounces. It should not. Well, actually, I don't know. These are littler buds. It might. But this typically only holds an ounce. Okay, yeah, no, I can't hold all of it. So the rest is gonna go on the tray over here.
Grind it
But
all
yeah.
up now and smoke it.
Got the bag, boys.
Hell yeah. Smoke
Let's
that on the
end it
podcast
there.
to send us out, dude.
Okay, I'll smoke it quick.
Do a fucking bong
Should I
rip
smoke the
to
moon
end
rock?
us out. Yeah, treat yourself, mate. Take the Christmas.
Okay. I'm sure this is just great radio.
No, it definitely is. If you're not watching the podcast without video, then you're a fucking moron, dude. I don't mean that because I know that there's many. I watch it sometimes without video. I don't watch it. I listen to it. You
I've
can't
listened
watch
to every
something.
episode twice.
Oh wow, dude, you're such a fucking passionate fan. Get your dick out now, and I'll.
Will suck me clean?
Anyway, we're on podcast
No.
still, Benny.
Yes, I will. What? Yeah, we are.
Okay.
What you say? What did
Bro,
Carl
moon
say?
rock looks
We're still on the
fishy.
podcast. Don't let his dick
Yeah.
out.
Oh, he do whatever the fuck he wants, mate. Not my
Yeah.
fault. I can't control him.
You
I
told
mean-
me to
I
do
mean,
this.
You did
That
tell
is
him to do
true.
it.
I did. I am your dad, so that's fine.
That's true.
I'm your
We will
daddy,
end it.
bitch.
I'm
After
your
the
daddy
break.
back.
This is gonna be a big old coughing fit right after.
Hell yeah, dude. I can't wait for this.
Oh,
By the
boy.
way,
Give me my money back.
Mr. Josh O is in a legal state. Let us premise.
Yes.
Oh, I do
He's
have
in
one thing to
Canada.
say quickly.
Weed is legal in Canada.
Before this bowl gets ripped, I'll pack it right now. If there are Magic the Gathering fans, this week, the very first episode on the channel One Mana Floating is gonna be posted. If you are interested in Commander or Magic the Gathering at all, Magic the
Big up,
Gathering
come on.
financing and all that fun shit, come check out One Mana Floating.
Is that your channel?
That is my channel.
Brilliant, yeah. Who could have fucking guessed that one, mate?
Here we go. Cheers, fellas.
Give us all a wave. Bye,
Wee
guys.
woo, wee woo.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Woo. Thanks for watching. Woohoo. We could blow out now.
Oh.
We can't.
We over now.
No, we are now though. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone.
See ya. Love you.
If you dislike it, leak my address on Twitter. Bye.